Good evening,
Just saying.
ladies and gentlemen. We're starting part 2 of our long-term Bumper the Masquerade game. Dark Ages. I'm your host, the man who loves the Joker. With me is Mr. AT.
Yo!
Last night he was turned into a gangrel for the first time. First time he ever plays a game, and now he's a gangrel. He's now being He's now traveling through Europe with her sire and her sire's sire, and we're joined by somebody else tonight. Who are you, gentlemen?
Oh, yeah.
My name is John. John.
John.
Hi, John.
Yeah.
Hello, John. Welcome.
My name is Fedora wearing badass. I'm just kidding. Well, anyways, I just decided to join in today because I heard about it from AT. So he asked me to join. I decided, hey, I'll learn how to play a game.
John's been wanting to play D&DS games for a long time, and we're welcoming him today in his first installment of
Bumper
Dark
the
Ages.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. Shall we get into it?
Yes. Let's rock and
All
roll.
right, let's do it.
So, hold on. Let me find something here.
Pulls the wrong thing into its own little window.
Right?
There, my character sheet.
The wind hits the streets as the pigeons fly all over the city. The soldiers of the Crusaders have arrived yet once more, bearing bad news, bearing rumors, bearing the witness of the horrors of the war in Jerusalem. They bring rumors that in the kingdoms of England, children were being sent to the Crusades in order to inspire, to bring holiness, to bring redemption. The streets of Paris are filled with beggars, with gypsies, with miserables. It's the kingdom of the unwanted, the kingdom of fashion and the kingdom of the elite, where up above in the high towers, the rich, the kings, the barons, and the nobles feed while the poor starve. And that has always been the natural order of things. Salvador, you arrived to Paris, to France, about a month ago. You've been traveling through Europe just because you wanted to, just because you were tired of living in an stagnated life. The city is a massive piece of art dedicated to the goth, dedicated to the horrors, dedicated to the nightmares, where every single rooftop you can see a cross or a gargoyle smiling hideously down at you, with a crooked grin, with his eyes looking up to the sky as if God was judging them. What do you do?
I would take a look, probably be very unsettled by all the gargoyles and crosses around, and essentially look around town, ask for directions to like the nearest bar or something.
Do you have any points in language?
Oh fuck, I don't.
Oh, shit!
Okay, very quickly. Your character only speaks one language for now. What language is that? Oh, I'm gonna be writing some stuff here in secret.
So the one language I know, probably since I decided to move here, French.
Okay.
Just to get to, just not a lot, but just a little bit to get by until I can learn more.
Baguette.
So I've tried to find like the closest person next to me, ask them simply, hey, where's the nearest bar or something? I just got here like a month ago, not really used to the place.
Alright. Hold on, let me write something here. I'm writing some shit in the place here. Hold on, give me a second. I'm writing some shit here. And I need one last name.
Uh-oh!
Hold on. No, I already have that name. Hold on. No, that's too obvious. Hold on. Sorry. You start asking around to find yourself a bar or a place to stay. Most bars, most places are filled with soldiers who have arrived from the Crusades and they're getting ready for the next one. They're getting ready to be sent again. Sometimes you can see that they bring in small cages to what's their face? Slaves from the wars. People throwing apples at them, rats all over the city, poverty all freaking over. What do you do?
Though I know that there's a war going on, I still feel for the slaves, but I try my hardest to ignore them. Try not to really focus on them. Instead, ask the bartender, even though the soldiers are here, is there any, little bit of booze left? Or something to drink?
Yeah, he offers you a little bit of booze. Okay? You start drinking the booze. It's not good, but it's not bad either. Okay? It could be better. It could always be better. What do you do, my good friend?
I look around, look at the soldiers, see how if they're more angry or if they're more calm, to see if I need to leave real quickly.
They're talking among them. They're laughing a little bit. They are doing jokes here and there, but the general sense is of defeat. Is of why do even try? Why do bother? Or why bother? What do you do?
I go up to a couple of them and ask if they want to play a game. See if I have any in my belongings, see if I have like a deck of cards or something, and see if they want to play something.
Okay. You have a couple of dices and cups.
Okay. I walk up to one of the soldiers and ask, "Hey, do you want to play a little friendly game of essentially see who can roll the higher dice?"
Okay. The guy accepts. He starts putting his money where his mouth is. Roll dexterity plus subterfuge. In case you want to cheat, or dexterity only. If you don't want to cheat, if you want to start rolling dice.
I don't want to cheat. I can already tell that the mood's bad in here. I have how many in dexterity? I have 2 in dexterity. Need to get out of the settings, so. God damn it.
Roll.
Are we rolling d6s or d10s?
D10s, always D10s, no matter what.
Like, for example, what is he rolling? His subterfuge plus what?
Dexterity.
Mm-hmm.
So just dexterity only?
Just dexterity.
So what's your dexterity at?
2, I think.
So you would do slash roll space 2.
What was the difficulty on this?
The difficulty.
He's not gonna tell you. I mean, he can, but
6. Okay, you start getting big numbers. Holy shit, I'm an idiot. Hold on, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I need to get to the rolls right and meow, and I don't where the fuck they are at. Oh, there we go. Oh shit, I did. Wait. Oh, I can't see the die table. Oh no.
What did you do? What did you do? What did you do? What have you done?
Who?
Because you say I cannot find the die table.
Yeah, like the.
Well, do you still have the settings thing open? It's the little icon all the way on the
top where you can see like bubbles.
Yeah, there's a chat bubble, the journal bubble.
The chat bubble.
Okay. Oh, cool. I'm there. I am there.
Okay, I am not there. All right.
So John rolled a 7 and a 9.
So, you start getting good rolls, good dices. The people start like talking, doing one or other joke, but yeah, the mood is rather somber. The mood is very sad, really. What do you do?
The guy that I'm playing with, I asked him, did things go badly or what's going on? Because you guys seem really sad.
Hold on.
I would like to try to help if any way.
Hold on.
You know, as like a citizen.
They tell you if you don't, all you can do is join in the forces and see if you can help them recover Jerusalem. That's about it. That's what one soldier tells you. His name is Christoph. If you want, you can write him down.
G or
K.
J?
K. Christoph.
Krystof.
Yes. It's getting late, and you can see the sun slowly fading away against the massive tower that is Notre Dame. Hold on, what the? Okay.
Yeah.
You can see the massive tower that is Notre Dame. That people are slowly. Some of them are still partying. Some others are heading home. This soldier tells you that he's gonna be deployed to Jerusalem pretty soon, but he doesn't know when. What do you do?
What was that real quickly again? I got bothered.
The soldier tells you that he's gonna be deployed to Jerusalem, but it's getting late. But he hopes to see you soon.
I smile and I ask if I wish him to be safe and essentially say, I hope I see you again too. Just, you can only do so much as a person, you know, just don't overdo yourself. Just kind of nice things to say, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to cheer him up, and then I'll take a like casual walk, you know, around town to get to know where I am.
Okay, you start walking. Like I said, it's pretty dark, it's pretty dim. You can see that that you can notice how the sky starts going red. How the sky is slowly fading out into darkness. There are still sounds of people enjoying the party, laughing around, doing jokes. Some prostitutes taking the men to some some doubtful establishments.
Okay.
What do you do?
Seeing as I just moved here, I probably don't have a lot of money. I see if there's someone really separated from everyone else that looks probably a bit more well off than me, and see if I can, you know, kind of using the darkness to try to help me, kind of see if I can get a little bit of something off of them to help me for tonight.
Roll perception.
Oh, I don't think I have perception. Oh, I have 2 perception. Yes. Opening all the wrong tabs.
Okay. Okay, hold on. I was going to. You start looking around and you see a couple of soldiers, a couple of guards. They have their money pretty secure. Roll perception plus alert.
Alertness?
Yes.
Yes.
So you would just add those two together?
I can only roll for perception.
You don't have alertness?
Nah, no. I forgot to put a point in that.
Okay, hold on. You don't roll
Nope.
your full pool. You roll with 1 die less.
Because you don't have a point because you don't have what requires to roll both alertness and perception. You
Yes.
take
So,
what's
am I too far into this to back out now, knowing that? Or
Yeah.
Special. Fuck me, guys.
you got an 8 though.
You feel like somebody's following you. You don't know how, but you can hear something walking behind you. Something close. You can hear footsteps near, but you don't know where they come from.
Like, like I can hear footsteps, but how close are they? Are they like very distant footsteps, or are they like 10 feet away type footsteps?
They sound very close. They sound rather close, but you don't know where they come from. What do you do?
I turn around and try to see if I can figure out where those footsteps are coming from.
You don't see it. You don't see anyone. You don't hear anyone. You start walking through an alleyway and you can hear the footsteps going faster and harder.
I would probably try to, as I hear it speed up, I would probably speed up too instinctively.
You start speeding up until you can hear something like a whisper against your ear, but you don't know where it comes from. It's close, but you don't know where from. And then you hear it. Hold on. You can feel the parting of lips and a gentle moan as you notice that in one of the alleyways there's a figure, a figure cloaked in shadows, dressed all in black with small white lines that look like a shutter window or like a long dress made of almost spider webs. Her dark hair becomes one with the darkness as she looks at you from the alleyway, but almost not paying attention. One hand is missing. All you can notice is her silhouette. Her eyes are not like she glares at you for a moment, but she focuses herself back into her. And you notice how she's slowly spreading her legs and lifting her skirt, almost like offering you something. You notice pieces of jewelry, a small crown over her forehead, as she just sinks her hand between her legs, and you can hear her giggling, biting her lip, enjoying herself, enjoying knowing that somebody's speaking. Roll willpower, or if you want self-control.
Self-control, please.
Okay.
I have more self-control than willpower, so I'd probably.
Right. Yeah.
Roll.
Uh-oh.
You're trying to think about it, and dude, she is beautiful. Suddenly you can notice how the moon gives away part of her profile. Her lips almost whisper the words "now, come." You're trying to walk away from her, but you see yourself slowly moving closer. You can feel the heat coming, the urge of something free. What do you do?
Try to punch her in the face, John. Try to punch her in the face.
No, knowing that there's nothing that I can do, I kind of stop trying to run away and just walk towards her and just figure out what's going on.
You start walking towards her, and then you notice it. Her hand is inside her blouse, slowly grabbing her own breast. Her left hand is between her legs, touching herself as she laughs a little bit and moans, looking at you. She only whispers that she needs help with an itch.
I look at her and I laugh and I say, "Trust me, it's probably an itch I can't scratch."
She looks at you. Her eyes are full of fire and passion. She whispers something, she mumbles something. Roll willpower.
John's about to get the pussy. Whether he likes it or not.
Oh, well,
Welcome to Vampire the Masquerade, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, Vampire the Dark Ages.
of course.
You don't know what happened, but her hand reaches you, trying to aim to your crotch, and then she whispers something, and you fall over your knees. Her bare feet gently holding your cheek, rubbing her thumb against your mouth. She holds your hand. He holds your cheek, moving in closer as if you were some missing animal. And she just smiles. What do you do?
Can she just rape him already?
What's the lotion on this? Hi, Colin. Sorry, somebody, one of my friends is watching this. What do you do?
So pretty much she has me like a little puppy.
Yeah.
You're laying on the ground and she's rubbing your face and loving on you, and what do you do in that situation? What do you want to do?
Dude, let me put it like this. The signals are there, dude. The landing zone is clear.
No, I'm taking the shit.
It's up to you to land, Captain.
The thing is, I don't know what to say specifically.
So remain speechless?
It's up to
Yeah,
you.
remain speechless.
Okay.
She looks at you, giving a small giggle, saying, "When did men forget how to talk?" She has a very thick Spaniard accent. You see her, with one motion, she moves her finger, and you can see your pants slowly breaking down. Almost as if her nails were sharp enough to tear to your clothing. She holds your you hold your face, and as she's about to kiss your lips, her head sinks next to your neck, and the world slowly fades away, and you can feel the biggest pleasure you have ever felt in your life. You can feel her hands holding your face as another pair of hands grab your wrist. Other pairs of hands hold your chest against her, and you notice that every single shadow around you in the tunnel becomes one. Hundreds of hands holding you, caressing you, forcing the blood through your veins to her neck. To your neck. You can feel she hasn't properly touched you, and you can feel as if the world was slowly fading away. You can feel yourself about to cry the name of God, as she's basically making you reach a level of pleasure you have never felt in your life, and at the same time of fear, as you feel yourself slowly fading away. Your head falls backwards as she looks at you for a moment. Everything looks far away. She opens your mouth with her thumb, and she makes a small cut in her own tongue with her nail, and she allows her blood to drool down into your mouth as if as if a bird was feeding another bird. You can feel her blood is cold, but feels so warm and sweet, and everything fades away. Congratulations, you've been turned into a vampire.
Yay!
Oh my god, John was raped. Turned into a vampire!
Being a vampire.
Cue Nicolas Cage. I'm a vampire! I'm a vampire! Wait, I forgot Nicolas Cage is a Malkavian. That makes a lot of sense now that I think about it. Hold on. Let me give you your disciplines. The good sir has earned. Hold on. By the way, in the vampires, there's many types of sires. There's those who hate you because you're their child. There's others who will rape you and abuse you daily, and there's others who will love you, and others who will use you. You have domination, Ha ha! She used that on you.
So, which one? How do you spell that one?
Hold on.
Domina.
Hold on. Let me.
Is it the DE?
Domination. It's just DOMINATION, I believe.
I'm writing it down for you. Papa is writing it down. There you go. You got it?
Yay. I got it.
Okay. Now listen up carefully. You have 4 points among your disciplines. Choose
So
carefully.
what's the second one mean?
So, like,
Observation.
below your advantages, to the left of backgrounds, you can add disciplines, and you have 4 points.
I know, but like, I know what domination essentially means, but what does the second one mean?
Okay, I'm gonna explain each one. Domination is to make people follow your orders, your every word. Obstination has to do with the manipulation of shadows and the darkness. And potency is physical strength. Not stamina, physical strength.
Okay. And I can choose, like, do each one automatically get one, or do I distribute the 4 points?
You will
only
distribute the 4 points in any way you want.
Okay.
And then I will tell you what they are capable of. So you can get a better idea of what the hell are you capable of.
So what I put is 1 for domination, 2 for the second one, and 0 for the third one.
Okay. So hold on. No, this is ambiguity, animalism. Hold on. Where is Papa Yo? Touches the spirit. No. Twin souls. What the fuck? There's shit I'm not familiar with in here. Auspex. No, you don't have Auspex. Hold on, give me a second. Something's going on outside. Oh, that's just the garbage truck. Sorry, since today we are having incidents all over the city, it's a little bit suspicious to hear shit outside, or a little bit worrisome. Demon, no. Bard, no. Celerity.
Wait, you live in Peru, right?
Chile.
Okay, so like Hispanics, right?
Yes.
So are you worried about someone flying a lawnmower into a cocoa field or something?
We don't have coconut fields. You racist.
Oh, don't worry. We were playing like a game earlier, and it's like he's going to fly a airplane into your deck. I'm like, you can't say that.
Okay. Domination. How much do you have in domination?
1.
1. Okay. As long as you look your eyes into somebody's eyes, you can give one order, one word, like stop, drop it, or stuff like that. It cannot force the victim to do anything that will threaten their own life. Okay?
So you could say like nightmare. That'd be.
No. More like jump.
Oh.
Okay, you can use it in subtle ways. Like, I told him to stop crying, but he didn't do it, and people will do it. Okay, you need to roll manipulation plus intimidation. Blah 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 blah. Okay, you don't have to spend blood for this one. Then you have obstination, right?
Yeah, 3.
Obstination 3, you son of a bitch. Oh, you son of a bitch, you're gonna love this. Hold on. Where the fuck is it? Obstination. Fortitude. Misery. Obstination, here we go. Oh boy. Level 1. Game of Shadows. You can create shadows that are not there. Okay? For example, you can create shadows in places that wouldn't have shadows because nothing is casting it out. Okay? You spend 1 point of blood and it works for I mean it adds a die to intimidation or stealth. Okay?
I cut out every once in a while.
It's okay. If you want, you can write this down. But spend one blood point, and you can create shadows out of nowhere. Okay.
With obstination.
With obstination 1 is called shadow play. You can create, for example, the shadow of a wolf, and make humans see the shadow of the wolf approaching, and they will be afraid of it because holy shit, a wolf. But there doesn't have to be a wolf in the area. Okay. Second one is called nocturnal. You can create shadows over a place and dim every single source of light to make the place even darker, like an ink of an octopus. Manipulation plus occult, blah 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 blah. Holy shit! Okay, level 3.
Blood points. Do each of these cost 1?
The first one is 1. The second one, I believe, is 2.
Depending on the power. No. Depending on the power, they might tell you you need to spend 1 blood point or 2 blood points, depending. The first one demands you to spend 1 blood point to add to intimidate with the shadow or to do stealthy stuff. Hello, Suri. Hello, Paladin. Nocturnal demands you to. No, you don't have to spend blood for Nocturnal to create a cloak of shadows.
So none?
No, if you want to use the Cloak of Shadows, it doesn't cost you anything. You have to do a roll. The third power is called the Arms of Arihiman. Basically, you need to do a roll of Manipulation plus Occult. Difficulty 7. Each success creates a tentacle out of shadows. Out of 6 feet long. And you can spend blood in order to increase the strength and dexterity of each tentacle.
So you can use it as a combat trick.
Basically, he can make the tentacles use swords that are lying around to fight for him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Alright, so what's next?
Okay. So, you were turned into a vampire, all right? By the way, for all of you who are very into the lore of Vampire the Masquerade, I'm about to have sex with it because I don't marry to the lore. I'm an idiot. So, oh yeah. Hold on, your blood points. I'm a freaking idiot. Let me see where I left the book. Why am I looking for the book if I can Google it? Hold on. Oh, here it is. Because I'm a genius. Okay. You don't have the merit of generation, right?
Huh?
Do you have the generation merit?
Generation?
Do you have the generation merit? Is what he's asking.
Like,
I don't think he got to choose merits. I didn't think he chose.
I mean, the background. Sorry, background. Lapsus. I'm an idiot. Sorry.
Background. I got contacts, allies, influence, and mentor.
Okay. So you're generation 13. Okay. Your blood pool is 10.
10 available blood pool.
Yeah. You count 10 boxes, and the other ones you click them to paint them black.
How you get more blood points as you feed on someone.
That's how you recover blood points.
Well, yeah.
How to increase it? Well, that's something we're gonna talk about it today. So, in the meantime, hold on. By the way, very quickly, I'm gonna go take a little break to get something to drink. I'm gonna mute the mic, so I will let you guys talk in the meantime. Okay? I'm gonna get.
When am I joining in?
Now. I'm gonna get myself a drink, and I'll be back, and I'll start with you.
Awesome, cool.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Oh my God, John, you got raped, bro.
Hashtag raped into vampire.
You got raped into a vampire. Now you got shadow powers, which is actually really good to go with your race, actually, or not race. I'm sorry, but vampire type.
Yeah.
which is pretty good. You can actually cast shadows over things, make it
Now I
darker.
can fight, even though I have no combat experience.
I don't think you need it now, because you can just use your tentacles and whoop some ass. I don't know if he's gonna make you. I don't know if he'll make you roll like melee if your tentacles are picking up the swords.
I hope not, because
Right.
let me pull up my sheet. I bet we can probably be heard by the live stream, right?
Yeah.
I have no points in brawl, and I have 1 in strength. So
Do you have? Well, you could use them to trip somebody.
yeah, like that's what I'm planning to do. Like,
The beauty of this is you can play it however you want. Like just because you
Yeah.
don't have. Yeah, this is awesome.
probably to be honest, the one that I'm going to rely on the most is Nocturnal,
Yeah.
because I have already 3 in stealth, and Nocturnal can help me like raise that as if it were 4 or something.
Yeah.
Man, I lost critically because my willpower's 1.
That was so bad. It was a 1.
I was like,
So bad.
got riggedy wrecked.
I'm actually trying to look at my disciplines because
You still have the picture of mine, right?
yeah.
Look how how essentially stealth based my stats are.
It's insane.
It's insane. I'm not meant to fight. I can help others with like, those who can't teach type deal. That's what I got.
So basically, I can see in the dark with Protean 1. Protean 1. My Fortitude is at 2. So I get like resistance to damage and stuff, which is like pretty good. Basically, the higher my points in Fortitude, the more damage I can take. And with Animalism 1, I get like I can speak to animals and things, which isn't too bad because I wanted to be like
Papa's back.
an animal-esque kind of player, and he is back.
Okay.
We were just talking about our characters a little bit.
We promise. We promise.
By the way,
And
John, your in Sire, write this thing.
Iceline's got a cool name.
Your Sire's name is Eva Belmonte. Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna get it in.
So, IT.
Yes.
You start with 1 point of blood less. Okay. Meaning
Okay.
that whenever your vampire wakes up, he needs to spend blood points. Okay.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I have plenty.
You wake up. What was your sire's name?
My sire's name was Fiorella de Liqueur.
And her sire, the older man you are traveling with?
I'm not sure. I have to look. Right.
Okay. Look it very
Yeah.
quickly. Hold on. I'm getting a little call here. Be right back. I'm gonna run. Hold on.
Can't keep bailing on us, man. Baylor. Who is this?
Print screen so I don't forget it.
It's some guy's name. Some dude is. Oh man, I'm kicking myself.
I'm just gonna
Sorry,
put it back.
Papa's back.
Okay.
Do you keep saying Papa or like Baba?
Papa.
Oh,
So I don't know who he is.
His
think
name
it's-
was Barbados.
Barbados.
Barbados it was.
Yeah.
Why does both of his sound like liquor?
Oh. I don't know.
Liquor.
I don't care. So,
Speaking of liquor,
as you wake up, Fiorella is getting the horses ready. Barbados
Okay.
helps you to stand up. She doesn't really care much about you, even if she created you. You take the horses as you start running towards with them, Fiorella takes point. You go back with Barbados. He tells you that you haven't hunted for blood yet because they want to give you the details first. But for now, all you need to know is that we drink blood in order to survive. Some of us drink as much as is necessarily from a human. Some others don't drink a whole human. Why? Because that will allow the beast to win. We always try to keep it under control. Control is our best friend. Control is the only thing we can do. It separates us from being other monsters and monstrosities. The night is covered in stars. It's strange for you to wake up at night, but you feel full of energy. The horses are moving through the woods, through small roads. Once in a while, you can see merchants, and you can see Fiorella like looking at the merchants, and Barbados doing shaking his hand like no. You are not at starvation, but you're very like feel the mouth dry. Part of you feels like you wanna eat, but you can't. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
They tell. You see the merchant is walking by with a small cart. The guy is selling some pies. He's selling some food, some apples. Do you want to buy anything to eat or nah?
No. Actually, I want to propose an idea to Fiorella.
Mm-hmm.
To when we get the next chance, I want to ditch Barbados with her and possibly grab one of these merchants and pull them into the woods and feed.
They look at you, as she says, "It's up to you, but if you're gonna kill him, be aware." Barbados tells you that killing a human is a very horrifying thing, especially for us. Hold on. There. There. Sorry. They keep on going. You've been riding a horse for the last almost a week, taking time to sleep inside caves and so on. During the mornings, Fiorella offers you small animals for you to drink, dead animals, like birds, like sparrows. At first, it was disgusting, but slowly you start getting used to the taste, to the flavor of it. During the nights, you've been getting used to your position. Sometimes you guys stop in order for you to practice some fighting skills, like how to handle a sword. You haven't seen Fiorella fighting yet; she only watches. Barbados is the one who knows how to handle hand-to-hand combat. After the 7th day traveling, or almost what you think is the 7th day, you don't know how long have you been traveling by horse. You start seeing a city, a large city, dead ahead. But you see that the group stops and goes to one farm, a small farm outside the outskirts of the city. As they get by the farm, you see a woman, her arms crossed, long reddish hair. She doesn't look pretty. She looks pretty like tired, like not old, but very like saggy, very like somebody who doesn't care much about her appearance. She goes inside, and a couple of moments later, a red-haired man arrives with a long beard. You see him like fixing his clothing. He's not carrying any weapons. He looks very angry though. Fiorella stops. She gets off the horse. Barbados as well. They told you to step down the horse because we're gonna meet another one of our kin.
Okay.
What do you do?
I will. So the man's angry walking towards this woman.
No. The The guy is just looking from the main entrance of the house. The woman went inside, angry.
Okay. Well, she went inside. I'm gonna get off of my horse, and I'm going to. Let's see here. I'm going to. Are there animals around?
Roll perception.
All right. I'm glad my perception is 4. Oh, 10. Oh wow, that was terrible.
You don't know much. You don't care much about what the hell's going on.
Okay.
You see the man. The man looks at you. Barbados. Your character speaks English or German, or which language?
English.
English. Barbados looks at him, going top of the group, and saying, "Jack, we wish to speak." Jack goes like, "Oh yeah, and you wanna come here and bargaining all over my place? You freaking bastard! When we needed you, you left us. Why should I do anything for ya?" Fiorella says, "Because we are your guests." "Yeah, I suppose so. Come in, you fucking pricks. Come get your fucking food." He looks at you going, Who's the new one? Who's the fresh blood?" Fiorella says, my child." He looks at you, spits on the ground, and walks inside the shack. Do you follow?
Okay. Actually, yeah, because I'm gonna try to whoop his ass.
I wish you luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to whoop his ass. Actually, I'm going to try to activate. I don't know if I can activate this or not, but I have a merit, and it is, where is it? It's the one where like I can control my.
Oh no! That means that when you go berserk, you don't attack all your friends. You can go from one designated target.
Yeah, I want to go for him.
You need to be triggered to go into berserk, but don't worry, you're
that
not.
That pig just spit on me.
No, he spit
at
on the floor.
My feet. That pissed me off.
Roll self-control. Self-control.
Roll self-control.
Remember, you're a guest.
I know. Okay. Well, my self-control's actually at 2, so let's see.
Skin. What, he wants to whip someone's ass, he can't.
I have protein 2.
Was I supposed to get merits, by the way? Or
later? Okay, you start breathing slowly. You go like, okay, I don't have to pay him attention. He's an asshole. If you had 2 ones, you will be you will be kicking his arse like an angry neo-Nazi, but you're not. You're a better man. Hold on. The man looks at you. You walk inside the shack, and inside you can see that the woman. There's a big table. The windows are covered. The woman starts looking at you guys like angry, like her arms crossed. As he starts talking, as she calls the owner of the shack, of the small farm. They talk a little bit. The man grabs her by the ass, slapping it, treating her almost like an object. You see Barbados sitting down, Fiorella sitting at the table. You see at the table. The woman like looks at you guys, looks at her companion, and her companion just says, "Come on, give them what they want, love." The woman just gives a sigh and goes like, "I'll give you what you like. I'll give you some hard aching." The woman just looks at you guys. She goes for a knife. She brings some small cups and she cuts her wrist, offering blood to each one of you. Her own personal blood. You see that the guy takes her hand and he offers her. He cuts her hand, and she starts licking the wound of his hand. He looks at you, going like, I bet this bastard never told you about me. My name is Jack Swanee. This is my sister, Elizabeth Swanee. Roll intelligence!
Roll intelligence.
Or intelligence plus heart wisdom.
I have no hearth wisdom.
Okay, intelligence -1.
That would be 0, because I have 1 intelligence.
Then 1 die.
Ha ha! Boom!
Let's see.
Oh!
Okay.
How did this-
As soon as you hear the name Swanee, you go like, what? I'm gonna write it for you. Okay. For one, they belong to a clan of cannibals from Scotland.
Okay.
Second,
Are they human?
you don't know.
Can I roll for perception?
Sure.
Okay, alright.
Second, the guy, his companion, the one who he offered decking to, is his sister.
Right.
So, incest is the best. Put your sister to the test.
Okay, well, I rolled for perception to check and see if they're vampires. And I think...
You don't know.
yeah.
You still don't know how to tell a vampire from a non-vampire.
Okay.
The man sits down as he lowers his trousers slightly, and you can see something moving from his back, side to side. You notice it's a tail.
So it's Goku.
It's a dog's tail. He's a gangrel. He looks at Barbados going like, alright, so what the fuck are you doing in here? We're heading to Paris. Why? Our local sheriff is hunting us. We've been running away from him. Alright, so tell me, why are you coming to me house in order for me to not spit in your fucking face? We're gangrels, we're brothers. If you were my brother, you will be on all four while I fuck you in the arse.
Can I react to that?
Sure, what do you want to do?
I want to throw this cup of blood in his face.
Alright, roll...
Because he's being a piece of shit, and I'm tired of dealing with it.
Roll dexterity.
Oh, that's easy.
Don't start a fight when you're still.
Don't start a fight against the redneck who eats people.
I'm not scared of anybody. My courage is 3.
I'm not scared of
Yours
anybody.
is 3. Mine is 1. You're not that different from me.
Okay. You throw like a little girl.
I have more strength than that.
You throw it, but you only manage to flip it over. The guy just looks at you, looking at the blood, going like, "Oh, and also your guests are being rude." So tell me, why the fuck don't I send you back to the same way you came from? Why shouldn't I give a fucking damn about ya and your fucking kiddo? Barbados looks at him, going like, "Because there's a war coming." You see the guy going like, "Yeah, between us and the Blood Inquisition." No. The higher clans. He looks at the woman going, "Woman, get yourself a sword. Make sure nobody's close here. Make sure the uglies are not listening in." The woman grabs a small knife. They don't have a sword, and she goes outside. A couple of minutes later, she comes back saying, "I don't see nothing." Alright. So tell me, what are you talking about? I was in Hungary. Things were bad. Really bad. The Inquisition arrived with all its strength. So the Prince of Hungary ordered the lower clans to publicly attack the Inquisition. Or to attack the Inquisition in outside towns so they can send the Inquisitors to other places. The catch was it was a trap. They are sacrificing vampires. They're sacrificing our kin. Alright. So what are the elders saying? The elders of Hungary? They don't care. They're following the prince's ruling. So what's your plan? There's people saying that we should start working on something. The High Clans have political power, but they don't have enough people, and we know the forest. We know every single tidbit that they don't want to put their fucking fingers onto. I see what you're thinking of. I like it. So why did you come here and not directly to the kingdom? Because we need a place to stay in case things go haywire. The guy starts thinking. I heard Beckett is in town. He rises a brow, saying, Beckett? Isn't he working for the Highlands? Yeah, but he's still a ganger all in all. You should go to Paris and find him. If you need anything, you can count on me. Anything to spit in the face of a prince. He looks at you going, and also kiddo, what's your manners? I like ya. I might not eat your fucking brains and shit your brains out, but I like ya.
I don't like him either.
You have my, what's the word? Hospitality boat, says the man. Also, I will be careful, as Modius is also planning something. I will go to the catacombs to try to talk to him. The guy, Barbados, nods, thanking all three of you, as he offers his house as a safe haven in case you guys need somewhere to stay. What do?
Well, I tell him, fuck you and fuck your house. I'm not staying here tonight, but I'm going to leave for Paris tomorrow. I'm going to stay somewhere else in town. Or sleep with the fucking horse.
He looks at you going like, horse? We have a farm to hide ourselves. We don't have animals in here. The only thing we feed off is the fucking hunters that come to our woods. The guy looks at you three, and he tells you that at the north there's a small encampment of gypsies. You could go there, since the gypsies left a couple of days ago when the inquisitors arrived.
Alright. So I stand up and I pick up the spilled cup and I set it on the table, and as I'm leaving the house, I turn around and I tell him, don't forget to fuck your potato, as I shut the door.
You shut the door. Fiorella looks at you going like, that was stupid, you know. As they start getting close to the horses. They look at you as Barbados continues to say, at least he didn't offer you his blood to drink to make peace. The group gets in. I mean, the two of them get in their horses. Do you get in your horse?
Yes.
Barbados says very quickly. To drink a vampire's blood is a sin. Drink it once and you'll become attached to him. Twice and you will start falling in love for that vampire. 3 times and you will lose your will because you'll be madly in love. But it's not allowed for a vampire to drink the blood of another one. It's not. Fiorella looks at you going like, yes, and that's why we have the Assamites. You see that Barbados says, and that's why we have sinners. And he's angry when he says that. What do?
Is he looking at me when he says sinners?
No, he's looking at the emptiness. He's snarling, angry.
Well, I don't say anything. I choose to remain silent.
He looks at you, giving a small sigh, going, there is a punishment worse than death for a vampire. It's not the final death. By the way, the final death is the ultimate call to die permanently again.
Right.
When a vampire drinks the blood of another vampire, the one who drinks it, it's slowly consuming the soul of him. The biggest sin a vampire can commit is known as diabler, which is to drink another vampire fully. That's a taboo. Nobody does it, and the ones who do it are hunted down as soon as they arrive to a city. Sometimes they are being hunted by years or centuries. So, no matter what, avoid the Ablea and avoid drinking the blood of another kindred. But, if you allow a human to drink your blood, she will slowly feel affection for you. She will slowly, if Fiorella interrupts saying she will become your slave. She will age slower. She might gain some of your powers, but she will still be human. Any questions?
Yeah, are we going to Paris?
Yes.
Can we go now?
Sure.
To meet up with John?
Yes.
So we can play it together? Alright.
Yes, play together is a complicated thing. Johnny!
Yay, I'm back.
Yeah. Just start. Hold on, let me see if I can put that song here. You start reacting to what just happened. Your mouth is full of blood. Roll perception.
Perception after. So roll 2. Slash R 2d10. I nearly typed 20 for no reason. I failed. Critical fail.
Oh, you're still like, oh, what the hell just happened? Where am I? What is this? What is my life?
Yeah.
Do you realize that there's candles all around you? The water is hot. It's not burning, but it's pretty hot. Okay? You notice a man arriving to the chamber, carrying hot water and pouring it over you.
Into the trees we
What do you
lay
do?
on the grass.
Well, since my nature's gesture, I would be saying, well, this is not the right way to have a sauna.
The man just looks at you for a moment, a little bit angry. He has long hair. He's smaller than you in frame. He says, stand up, please.
I try my best to stand up and ask him if I said anything wrong.
He looks at you angry, going like, no, sir. As the man walks out for a moment, he returns as he starts taking measures of your body. The doors pry open as you can see Ava, the woman who beat you, looking at you. Witnessing
You are
you
right.
naked. Yeah?
Yeah?
What was that? I couldn't hear you.
Do I recognize her?
Yeah, you do. She looks,
I ask her what would you give me to drink? Seriously.
she only smiles as she looks at the other man going like, did you finish? The man sighs, saying almost, my love. She looks at you going like, my name is Eva Belmonte. And this one is my husband. She says, looking at the human. The man just looks at you angry, pissed off as hell. The man leaves. I mean, he's heading to the door as the woman looks at you, telling you that that her husband is gonna get you better clothing, and all your questions will be answered as soon as possible. What do you do?
I look down, realize I'm naked. I'm like, oh, come on.
She looks at you as her husband is slowly leaving the door. The husband is at the mark of the door, and she goes like, "Come on, it's nothing that I haven't seen yet. It's nothing I haven't seen already, but it's something I could use to play later on if you're a good boy." The guy just walks out the door and slams it shut, angry. She gives a short sigh, going like, ah, he's jealous. Well then, come on, grab yourself a towel. It's time for me to explain you what's going on with you.
Okay. Grabs a towel, ties it on my side, and continues walking, kind of chuckling at the situation I'm in.
Do you notice that your neck doesn't hurt anymore? There is no blood over your neck, nor any blood all over you after you were put in the bathtub. You touch the wound and there's nothing. The woman takes you to a chamber where you can see the outside of the city. You can see the outskirts, and you notice that you are at a tower, at a very old building, looking at the new foundations of Paris. You can see Notre Dame. You can see the rivers. You can see the general map of the city. The only lights in here are candles and the moon entering through the window. The place is covered in shadows. Nothing more than shadows. What do you do?
I just essentially look at the sights around me, look around at the candles, and try to see if there's... Is there a lot of candles in the room, or is there just enough to light up the room?
Enough to light up the room, but keep it dim.
Okay.
The woman... Go ahead.
And I just kind of react like, huh, moody atmosphere.
The woman sits down as her husband arrives with clothing. He starts offering you pieces of clothes. Very fancy, even more fancier than his. Very elegant. Like almost like the clothes that a baron or a duke would wear. Okay?
Okay.
Also,
Paris's next top model.
Paris's next top model.
Also, she offers you a cape with this. Hold on, shit.
A cape?
No.
She offers you a cape of shit.
No. She offers you a cape with. Why can't I open you, you bastard? You son of a bitch! Hold on, I'm trying to show you the shield of La Sombra. But this bastard. Okay, there we go. With the following symbol. Hold on. With those colors. The woman looks... Go ahead.
I was going to react like, as he's handing me a piece of clothing, I take each one, I'm looking at them more shocked at the next. Kind of with that look, looking at Ava like, I can't possibly accept this.
She looks at you and she only says, you will accept it, and you will dress with it.
I sigh and I put on the clothes, kind of like I've never worn something this fancy before.
You put on the clothes. You still can't believe how you dressed. You're out of the slumber into something bigger, something priceless. The woman looks at you as she tells you that you are no longer a human. You're no longer as frail as one. You are now what is known as a creature of the night. You are now a vampire. When she says that, you feel shivers down your spine. You have heard of satanic monsters such as this, but you never thought that God will turn his back on you and allow you to become one of these horrors. What do you do?
First of all, I look at Ava and I ask her, if I may be so bold, can I ask what your name is, because you never introduced yourself to me?
She smiles, saying, my name is Lady Eva Belmonte del Imperio Castellano, of the Kingdom of Spain. That man over there, she says to her butler, the man who's angry because basically you replace him. He is my husband. His name is Frederick. And he's a good dog, she says, smiling, grinning. He is my servant, and by extension, he is your servant as well.
And that's her husband?
Yes!
I essentially extend my hand out to shake the hand of Frederick, and I say, Um, essentially, I'm saying it because I can kind of read the situation in a way that's like, dude, I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do.
Yeah, your wife's a bitch, man. My bad.
Like, I have the look on my face like, I don't even know how I got here. Come on, please.
Dude, get used to the world of Vampire, where everybody's fucking evil and depraved as hell. The man Justin gives you a hand as she looks at the man going, Frederick, on your knees. The man falls onto his knees just like you fell. She looks at him, smiling, grinning darkly, going like, now you'll see what are we capable of if we wish. Frederick licked his boots. The man like tries to struggle as her words echo in his head. His tongue exposed as he starts running it over your new boots. What do you do? Roll consciousness.
John's like in a cuckold situation right now, and I don't know how he's gonna take it.
You know what? This is horrible but normal in the vampire society.
Yes.
Roll what?
Consciousness.
Consciousness.
Oh shit!
I don't even think I have that.
Oh my
You
god!
have it in your virtues. What?
No, I don't think he has any points in it.
Oh, conscious like virtues?
Yes.
God damn it, it was there. So slash R 3D10. One success, most likely.
You feel bad for the poor bastard. You really feel bad, especially because you notice that the woman, she's beautiful. I mean, she has to give you an idea, she's about an appearance 4. Okay?
Yeah.
And the guy is he just married a bitch. A horrifying bitch. The woman looks at you as he finishes licking your boot, and she just smiles, saying, "You see, you are now one of us. For tomorrow night, I'll take you to the prince to make you acquaintance, to the court. In the meantime, any questions that you might have?"
Like, so it's nighttime right now, right?
Yes, you're a vampire, dude. Guess what? It's night. It's night.
Yeah, it's night, and I'm betting I'm not tired, and
No.
so, huh?
No, you're not tired.
John, are you gonna try to smash? Is that what I think you're gonna do?
No.
Oh.
I asked Ava if I may take a walk for a little bit.
She looks at you, going like, "Why? Are you thinking about running away?" She says, as her eyes glisten in the darkness.
I shake my head and I say, from whatever Ori can tell, I can't escape the situation. Essentially referring to how she turned me into one.
She smiles,
So-
saying, "Yes, that is the point. I found you interesting, and I was allowed to turn one into one of ours. I give you eternal life, vida eterna," she says. "And why waste it with somebody so boring when you can find a new plaything anywhere that you like?" You see that her husband quickly recovers his temporal sanity, and he moves away in all fours, like freaking scared what the hell just happened.
I tell her that I'll be back probably within the hour. I look at Frederick, and since I'm assuming that I'm allowed to leave, slowly make my leave, pass by Frederick, and whisper to him as I'm passing by him, "I'm sorry."
You try to walk away, as suddenly you see your own shadow standing in the way of the door. Your own shadow is slowly moving out of the wall, as she looks at you, going like, "You don't get it, do you? If you go out now, the others will try to hurt you. She starts walking towards you, wrapping her arms around your neck. I'm going and whispering to your ear, and I don't want my plating to get broken.
I chuckle and I say, at least I know where I stand.
She smiles, saying, you know I could make you change your mind with one word.
Nod. I nod and I say, I'm pretty sure you probably could.
You know I could, and I could teach you how to do that. I could teach you all the naughty tricks we know. You see, you can hear somebody rushing by. You can hear footsteps running through the hall. The door bursts open as you can see a child, a small kid, looking up to the woman. She looks at the child and goes like, "What is it?" The child looks at her, going, "Excuse me, my lady." She looks very tired. There's been the Inquisition got another one. You see that she leaves your arms, like she lets go of you, and looks at the child, going like, "Who was it this time? Please tell me no, it wasn't one of us." No, no, no. The prince wants us to know that if we smell fire tonight, they caught. Sorry, they caught one of the lower clans. She gives a smile, going like, "Oh, and the prince brought you here to let me know?" "Yes, my lady." "Oh, he's so sweet. Come on, you earned yourself a prize." She looks at Fredericks, going and ordering him, "Offer your wrist to the child." Fredericks looks at the child with respect and fear as he offers his wrist. The small kid just wraps his hand around his wrist and bites it. The woman looks at you, going like, emissaries. They're so good when they do their job. I can't believe he's older than me."
Looks confused. Older?
"We're vampires. We don't age. Once we're turned, we stop aging." "Tell me, Lucio, how old are you?" The little kid lets go of the arm of Frederick. As his mouth is spitting blood, his face looks pale like a statue. As he just smiles, saying, "I believe I was... The last thing I remember was a volcano and my family being turned into ash."
The fuck?
Can I roll because I have academics. Can I roll to see if I remember anything
Yes.
of that?
Okay, you have academics. You know how to read. That's important.
Wait. It's a critical success and a failure. What happens here?
You have heard something about a volcano, but you don't know how long time ago was it. I'll be right back, guys. I need to use the bathroom, okay? I'll let you guys to talk about the game so far. What do you think of so far?
It's actually... It reminds me of a mutual friend me and John have.
Okay. Do tell.
I won't.
Alright. I'll be right back, guys. So, by the way, John, enjoying your first time playing?
Yeah. Except for the fact that I'm a toy.
And he's always getting raped.
Dude, welcome to... Dude, did you saw the art of the art book? Did you saw the art of the ghouls with the nails on their foreheads and the BDSM gear?
That, and I feel like it has a lot to do with the clan you picked too, John.
Yeah.
No. The La Sombra likes to manipulate. If you were...
Exactly.
Let me put it like this. If you were bitten by a toreador, a male or female, he will probably fall in love with you. Or will have done it in order to make your beauty last forever. Okay? If you were turned by... usually, there's... Depending on who's your sire, there might be a lot of abuse or a lot of love or a lot of indifference. Or a very son-father relationship.
My sire's cool.
Huh?
My sire's cool.
I mean, Fiorella doesn't give a shit about you. Her sire is the one
exactly.
Yeah.
I'd much rather have her not give a fuck about me than
Patrick
fuck with
fucking
me.
hates me.
Your sire? No, your sire doesn't hate you. She finds you amusing. Now,
No.
her ghoul fucking hates you.
Yeah, he fucking hates me.
Because she had the option to turn her husband into a vampire.
And she chose some random guy.
Yeah.
Some random guy who was trying to pick pockets, mind you.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Hold on.
John's getting attacked by the Shanester.
I was fucking picking pockets like fucking 2 hours ago, and next thing you know, I'm fucking laying down, fucking wearing capes and shit.
Getting raped by every woman you meet. Lucky, I gotta deal with drunk Irish Scottish pricks. And
See,
here
the thing
you are.
was, if it was my
you
character,
are
I would've
getting
just
loved
ignored
on.
it.
Fuck that. I can't. I don't want to. I don't want to play this character that way. But fucking damn, I wish I had some sexy ladies hitting on me and my badassness. That'd be cool. No,
I like how my character just kind of accepted his position.
right? Like, oh
He's
yeah,
like, I know I can't leave. I just want to walk outside.
It's
Just let me
really
walk outside.
it's really fucked up because like we both wanted to leave the house. On one hand, we have a lady that is, I don't know if she's either trying to manipulate you into falling in love with her, or
I won't.
if
That's
she
my character's goal.
genuinely likes you, what, to make her fall in love with you?
No, to not fall under a spell.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. I mean, you
No
could always
falling
let her.
in love.
You could always let her drink your blood and like manipulate her that way.
Yeah, but apparently isn't what he essentially said that all vampires know that's a sin?
Yeah,
That's
but
not going to be fucking easy.
doesn't mean it can't happen. Because like,
It
if
can happen.
Like, let's say she drinks your blood, right? Like, you
Oh.
kind of. I mean, she's probably stronger than you or me, and to have
kinda
someone
wanted
like
to
that
see
in
if
love
I
with
could-
you.
I was trying to kind of see if I could inadvertently activate an ability to make him stand right back up after he went down. Frederick went down to
You
like my
could have
shoe.
actually like used your tentacles, probably push him up.
Mhm.
No, I was just going to give the one word command: stand.
Ooh,
So,
Probably.
I'm back. Angeli,
I just wanted to ask: could I
Yes.
have inadvertently used an ability to make Frederick stand back up? Because I was about ready to do that.
yeah, but you don't know how to do it. She hasn't.
Yeah, but a lot of stuff happens when you're panicking.
Yeah.
I was going to be like, once he went down on all four knees, I was going to be like, stand!
So, she tells you that hold on, that the next night she's going to introduce you to the prince and to her business. Hold on, give me a second.
reunite me with my long lost brother.
So, later, so, 80.
Yes.
You arrive to the outskirts of Paris. There's a lot of people
Yes.
trying to get inside. There's a lot of soldiers, a lot of movements of caravans, of horses. You notice that the city is connected through different bridges. You see how the Fiorella looks at the soldiers and go like, they're not gonna let us pass. Barbados just gives a sigh and goes like, okay, we'll have to go directly to the court. Tell me. He looks at you. How do you
Barbados does.
Huh?
Barbados looks at me. Okay.
Yeah. How do you handle filth?
How do I handle filth?
Yeah.
What does he mean by that? I'm gonna roll for perception to try to
Roll
understand.
intelligence.
Roll intel. Okay, all right. 'Cause I know what that means, but he could mean something. All right. Roll 1d.
You mean shit.
Yes.
So I got 8.
Yeah. You know what? Like, oh
No, you have the
shit.
resistance.
That's
Alright.
not bad. I think I understand what he means.
I thought you had like the immune to disease, Mary. So
I do. I do.
You can't get sick.
Yeah, but
No,
you,
but I don't know what he means by filth. That's why I wanted to try to understand.
yes. So, you see them walking down through. I mean, leaving the horses behind. and they get to the. They walk away from the city to the river, to the ravine of the river. As they start walking through the ravine, you see that Barbados starts walking. It takes point as Fiorella looks at you, going. She just remains quiet for a little bit as you can see the walls of the city, and sometimes you can see excrement and piss being pushed through tubes to the canals and to the river.
Lovely.
She looks at you for one moment and goes like, "Remember, you don't breathe. Remember, you cannot smell unless you want. You can move your blood through your body to make you look more human, or to not process food, but make people believe you're eating."
Is she gonna make me put shit in my pants?
No,
It's not that much of a bitch.
Like, so I look human?
no. What I mean is,
What?
For example, if your character ever has to meet people who, I mean, if your character at some point is acting with humans and they are eating, you can fake eating.
Yeah, because I have maw, so I have a big ass mouth.
No,
of
but
teeth.
not only that, dude. If you do that, they will freak out. They will run away.
Yeah, I
from you.
know.
But what I mean is, for example, if you want your character to not look pale as Marilyn Manson, you can spend blood so you look more pale. You look less pale.
Or I have to rub shit on my face.
You can also spend blood so you can pretend that you're breathing. Okay, remember the body of a vampire is basically a corpse.
Okay, so why are we here at this? I'm gonna ask her, why have we arrived at this shit show? Kind of like smiling, I guess.
She looks at you, going like, saying, "Because if we go through the city, they will kill us.
Okay, cool.
And right now we need all the political advantage we can. We're runaways."
Hey.
You start entering through the sewers. Sometimes you see like rivers of shit going out, and it stops for a couple of moments, for a couple of minutes.
Lovely.
Barbados is the first one to step in. He's like, isn't a big deal. She steps next. Will you be the last to take point?
I guess I have to. I mean, if I'm stuck outside, I can't get in.
Okay. Roll willpower. I mean, roll courage. Because it's shit, it's rotting, and you're still thinking like a human. You're still used to think like a human.
Okay.
Shit was. Hold on. How much did you got? Okay. It doesn't scare you or affect you. It's like, okay, I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. And once you start walking through it, you don't think about it. The shit goes up to your knees. Okay?
I'm in deep shit.
Oh yeah.
Metaphorically speaking, well, literally, I guess.
Literally.
You keep walking until you stop seeing torches. You see that you suddenly see what's the name? The name of the leader of the group, Barbados, stopping by and slowly sniffing the air, like trying to find something. What do you do?
Can I see the torches from where I'm at?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to try my best to remain hidden.
Alright, roll stealth.
Oh god. No, better yet, I want to try to listen for any kind of noise or anything like that that he could be smelling for.
Roll perception.
I want to use... okay. I don't have to roll alertness too?
No. Not for now.
Okay.
Okay. You try to hear, and you can hear the light flickering, the constant sound of water. And you see that Fiorella looks at you like trying to hear, and she goes like, no. Look, She grabs you by the shoulders, looking eye to eye to you, and go like, no. Focus on your blood, and imagine your blood pouring and running through your ears. Now, do you wish to spend 1 point of blood?
For what?
I'm going to teach you something.
Yeah.
Alright, spend 1 point of blood, mark it please.
It is spent.
And now roll again with 1 extra die. This is
Roll
called...
what?
Yeah. Roll perception.
Roll the... Okay.
Roll 5 for perception. This is known as the blood buff. You close your eyes, and suddenly you can hear the people walking on top of you. You can hear the wind. You can feel the pressure of when the air changes. You can feel the heartbeat of every single animal in here. Okay?
Okay.
A blood buff can be used to increase your perception, to increase your strength, your dexterity, or your stamina. Depending on your generation, you can spend more than one point of blood per turn to increase your blood buff.
Okay.
Suddenly you can hear a second, like a lake underneath you. Like another chamber heading to the catacombs of Paris. Do you tell the rest?
Yes.
You tell them as Barbados looks at you, giving you a smile. The girl just looks at you and shakes your hair as if you were a puppy or a dog. You keep walking to lower, trying to find the next chamber. As you find a big chamber without you follow to the next chamber, in which you can hear the water running underneath. You notice that Fiorella, her hands grow into claws as she starts peeling off rocks from the ground. Barbados looks at you, going like, I understand your behavior, but this time we are invading their territory. No matter what you do, be careful. Don't let your anger dominate you. We need them, and they need us. Okay?
Okay.
We're gonna talk.
I'll try my best.
We're going to talk to the king of the catacombs. She opens a tunnel, and then you see nothing but darkness. Utter and completely blackness underneath you.
I can see in the dark.
Dude, it's completely dark. You cannot see it.
Even though I have the buff, the ability?
No, not anymore.
Okay.
It's utterly dark. It's the utter absence of light. Fiorella takes a piece of stone and she drops it. As suddenly you can see a massive splash. As the black waters are now moving. You couldn't see because it was black water, stale water. What do you do?
Okay, so I don't know what's down there but water.
Yes.
And Barbados told me to be careful, not to kill anybody. And I'm going to spend another blood point.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to try to jump down there and land in the water.
You're spending a blood point for which stat?
For my athletics.
Nope, only for your physical attributes.
Dexterity.
Alright. Roll dexterity plus athletics. Holy shit! You jump quickly, you let yourself fall as your body casts a shadow in the middle of the darkness. You fall into the water and the chamber is fucking huge. Darkness everywhere. The sound of rats. The stale sound of rats and the motions in the water. This is not filth. This is all the water. The place is a cave forgotten by God, forgotten by the Romans. As you can see, many passageways. Sometimes you can see boats made of bones and pieces of wood. There's no lights as your eyes slowly adjust to the darkness. You don't know how deep this thing is, and it scares you. It scares you how in the middle of the nothingness you are. The only thing you can hear is the constant echo of the water. And yet, you feel as if a million eyes were locked into you, and you don't know where they come from. One of the boats slowly moves towards you in your way, as if somebody out of a little bit of misery pushed it in your way. You climb the boat, and inside there is a couple of candles. Then you see Fiorella jumping into the water, climbing up, and Barbados. He looks around you, he looks as he draws his sword, just in case, because he's nervous. Everyone is nervous. You notice that the small boat is connected to a rope. Roll strength to start pulling the rope.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Salvador gets harassed by Eva all night.
So I'm rolling my strength?
Yes. You grab the rope very quickly and slowly start moving. Control.
I haven't got the roll yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, I utterly failed.
You try to grab the rope, but as you move it, the boat goes backwards. You see that that Fiorella gives a sigh. She grabs the rope and she starts pulling herself.
Can I interrupt her?
Sure. What do you want to do?
I want to interrupt her, and you mentioned there are rats down here.
Yes.
I want to ask the rats to help us pull the rope through the tunnel so we can remain ready to take on whatever jumps out at us.
Roll manipulation plus animal can.
I have animalism 1 too.
Yeah, that's what you need to use for animal can. I mean for animalism.
So I have animalism 1 and animal kin 3.
So you roll manipulation plus animal can.
Okay.
Difficulty. Okay, roll. Sorry, I'm considering something. Okay. You look at one of the rats that's running through the rope. What do you tell him?
Gather as many of his brothers to gather enough strength to pull us, protect us through this catacomb. Take us where we need to go and protect us.
The eyes of the rat are completely black and red, as the rat replies, "No, for they feed us." You look again and the rat is gone. It's completely gone, but you can see the rope moving as if an invisible rat was running through the rope. Roll intelligence. That rat is smart. That is one smart rodent. That's all you think about. They drag the boat to a shoreline. You notice that all the torches are turned off, and that the Fiorella and Barbados don't dare to turn them on. Well, you see the torch as Fiorella tells you that fire will make you either flee or fight, so step away from fire. Be careful around fire. You start walking, and sometimes you can find skeletons bound to the walls, almost as if this catacomb was also a dungeon. Roll perception. You notice a massive chamber made with small shacks, skeletons all around it, hundreds upon millions of skeletons, of skulls making hallways to a small maze. What I mean small, it's as high as your hip. There's no natural light in the place, none whatsoever. It's completely dark, and sometimes you can see the shape of buildings made out of junk, made out of pieces of wood, made out of planks. And in the middle of this plaza of death and decay, you can see a Roman bathhouse. As you start walking toward the Roman bathhouse with Fiorella and Barbados, you notice you feel that with each step you can hear 5 more steps behind you, and 10, and 20, and 25, and 30, and 40. You turn around for one moment heading to the bathhouse, and the place is full with creatures, bones inside out, fangs turning in every single direction, misshapen eyes or eyes polluting with black ooze. The smell of death and decayment all over you. Some of the creatures are walking through the walls as if they were bats, and there are hundreds upon thousands as they growl and snarl at you, not saying anything other than growling and snarling. Roll courage.
I'm gonna spend a blood point.
What for?
For my roll.
You can't. It doesn't work like that. You can
In
only...
this turn I can. Can't I?
The blood buff only works with attributes, nor with virtues nor abilities.
It works with like the top 9.
Yeah. You're not scared, but startles you.
Okay.
You see Barbados entering the bathhouse as his sword lights on his hands, and in the middle of the bathhouse, you can see a misshapen throne with a figure sitting by the throne, covered in spider webs, leaning forwards, wearing an old Roman gear like tunic. His face is elongated. His forehead protrudes with small pieces of metal, with small rings and so on. Long fingers, about 60 inches long. But I don't know if those are either his fingers or his fingernails. Constantly touching his smaller finger, ring finger, middle finger, and so on, as if he was waiting. His eyes are so small inside his skull that you cannot see them. His mouth, he has no lips whatsoever. He's only a collection of fangs, misshapen in every single way. Even when he opens his mouth and speaks, you can see some of the fangs or his teeth going through his lower jaw. He looks incredibly thin, as thin as you can pretty much picture his organs through his gray skin with a little bit of hairs, of messy hairs in every direction. His chest is not proud, but almost like saggy, almost like misshapen. His legs are incredibly thin, as if he didn't have any muscles, and his arms look almost like the wings of a bat, as he holds them together close to his chest while moving his fingers. The creature looks at all three of you, going like, "I am Lord Asmodeus of the underground. Who are you? Why have you come to my domain without the permission of the prince?" Do you say something?
I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm gonna ask Barbados if he has anything I can see. Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
Now I have brawl. Okay, I don't have melee.
Mm-hmm.
I want to while they're talking, I want to pick up some bones on the ground and craft something like brass knuckles made of bones.
You could do it, but it will take you a little bit of time.
That's fine.
Hold on. Ah, shit. Sorry, I have a friend who's like, "Hey, are you busy?" Yes. Okay. What are you doing? I'm busy. Okay. What else are you doing?
I'm busy.
Yeah.
Okay, what else are you doing?
Yeah.
Because I need some kind of extra protection, I think.
It's okay.
Especially maybe later on, too. And there's bones down here, and they're probably special or something.
No.
Well, I don't know that.
The creature just looks at you as Barbados coughs and says, "We don't have the permission of the prince." The creature looks at you, going like, "Oh, so are you outsiders?" "Yes." "From which kingdom?" "From the kingdom of the lower clans." "I believe the lower clans don't have a kingdom. They just exist." "Exactly. Tell me, fair King Asmodeus, when was the last time that the prince required of your services?" "All the time." "And what has he done for you?" He allow us to exist in here, according to the prince." "So tell me, why shouldn't I tell the hounds and the sheriff that there's outsiders in my kingdom?" "Because we share the same common goal, which is we need to defeat the higher clans. We need to put them to our level." You amuse me. I'll tell you what. You have my permissions to move through the catacombs. If you and your child do something for me, I might reconsider. Which is a couple of minor tasks. Just my servants are not allowed in certain parts of the city by the prince's laws. I want to know what is the prince protecting. If you find it out and you tell me or one of my servants, I might reconsider your proposal. I see. You have my permission to feed on any rat that you wish. We don't fancy humans since they rarely come here. We have to make do with our rats and our insects. But you're welcome to stay as long as you wish. I can have some of my grave diggers to clean some coffins for you if you prefer. They look at you because you're the new guy.
Hmm?
Will you be comfortable with sleeping on a coffin, or do you prefer to sleep around the shit and the skeletons?
I want to sleep with the rats.
Do you tell them that?
Yeah.
He looks at you, going like, "What is your name, child?"
Tis Mayet.
This is an interesting name. From which kingdom are you?
Not sure.
Not sure. He ponders. I see. Get closer. What do you do?
Stand my ground. Don't move. I lock eyes with them, and I don't move. Not out of disobeying him, but just that I don't feel as though I need to.
Cautiousness, more like.
Yeah. Standing my ground, but keeping contact with his eyes.
He looks at you going like, "Do not worry. I do not bite. Get closer, child."
I want to tell him that I do. And then take off my bandana covering my face. Reveal.
He leans in closer. His figure looks almost eternal, almost like a snake, as he leans towards you. It's like a puppet without strings. his arms dragging across the floor as he gently, with his long fingernails, grabs you by the cheekbones and goes like, "You would, in other time, you could have been a great Nosferatu. I like you, boy." He lets go of your face, and he goes back to his throne. "Please, you are welcome in my kingdom. I'll make my servants get you a feast. I'll send my people to find you the finest cattle we can to offer you a proper feast and a proper welcome. You're welcome to move around."
Slowly turning into the guy from earlier.
Into what?
You're like slowly talking. You're slowly turning into the Scottish guy from earlier.
Nah. What do you do?
When he says all this,
Yes.
well, I walk towards him, almost face to face, and I whisper to him, "Thanks for the cattle," and then I walk away.
As you walk away, you see a misshapen creature. One of his arms is longer than the other. His right arm is like curled into his chest. He's dragging his leg as he has one massive hump. He has no nose. One of his eyes is inflamed, almost as he has some kind of disease. As you sometimes can see small centipedes coming out of his nose and into his eyeball. His right eyeball looked into yours. He still has some hair. Roll courage.
You want me to roll it?
Yes.
Okay. 8, 8, and 2.
It startles you. But then you look at him and you notice something. He's sweating. Nor Fiorella nor Barbados sweat. Not you now. The creature looks at you, going like, "Welcome, masters. My name is Quasimodo. I'll take you to your chambers." He's a ghoul. He drags his feet as the other vampires start moving, some of them towards the roof, as the population starts slowly to show up. With every step you give, a new vampire shows up. A new vampire appears, walking through these small corridors of skeletons and bones. They take you to one of the catacombs. It's like a big tunnel, except that it has some kind of wooden planks to make a sort of door. The creature aims towards the place, saying that dinner will be served as soon as you can hear the rats screeching.
Okay.
What do you do?
Are we still walking?
All three of you are in front of the door.
Okay. I want to tell. I want to look over to the ghoul, the nice man, and I want to reach down into my boot and pull out the dagger that I brought from home.
Okay.
And I want to thank him for taking me to my room and being kind. And I ask of him to take that dagger to Asmodeus, see if he can enchant it, maybe.
He takes the dagger and goes like, "Enchanting? I haven't heard that." Oh, I'll tell Asmodeus. Maybe he'll have something for you, sir. Also,
make sure he knows that I'm not proficient with weapons, but
it's okay, sir. Also, you will notice that there's 4 beds. We have another guest. I hope you don't mind extra company.
Okay, I'll hand him some gold that I have on me to thank him.
He takes the gold. He looks at it, going like, "Thank you, but due to my appearance, I cannot live in the outside world. But I appreciate the gesture."
Tell him it's beautiful. It's beautiful. I think he should have it.
The creature starts not, I want to say running, but crawling faster back to the bathhouse. As you guys open the door, you notice that there's beds. Not proper beds, but more like a wooden plank with a little bit of something to cover yourself and a couple of pillows.
Okay.
There's 4 beds, all separated by some kind of curtain. There's no windows, but behind you there's a big wall with bars. Sometimes you can hear rats passing by and the dripping of water. In the middle of the room, you can notice that there's a small chest where you guys can put your clothes on or your things. And there's another bedroom within the curtains that's completely closed down, completely shut, as if it was somebody else's room. Shit. What do you do?
Well, not knowing whose bed is whose, I take my cloak off, put it in a trunk, and put my bandana back on my face, find a corner not on a bed, and I sit cross-legged and meditate until whoever shows up shows up.
All right. You sit on the bed, and it's weird. You still been dreaming about the house, and you're pretty certain of how was that day, of how the sun reflected over the lake. And this makes you think about the lake where you used to live.
Snake River.
And the only thing you can hear sometimes is Fiorella talking to Barbados, telling them what are they going to do, or how are they going to introduce themselves to the prince. Because if the prince figures out that all 3 of you are in there without his permission, he's gonna kill you all. Roll intelligence to see if you can understand what's Barbados' plan.
Roll intelligence?
Yes. To see if you can rather get an idea of what's Barbados' plan.
I rolled 3.
Nope, you have no idea what the hell he's doing. Hey, Joe.
Nope.
Hold on. The dead are to die when they're killed.
Oh, that's me. That's me.
Yeah. Speaking of you,
Die when they kill. That's me.
Speaking of you,
I'm back.
your Eva is explaining you the basis of what are you right now. Okay?
I'm gonna get something to eat because that was intense.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna focus on John here.
All right.
Character development.
As you look outside the window, roll perception. Oh yeah, the game. By the way, the big difference between Dungeons and Dragons and Bumper the Masquerade is that Dungeons and Dragons is more like an adventure, more like from point A to B. Wall of Darkness has those elements, but is heavily focused on character development, on losing your humanity, embracing the monster. It's more like playing a novel rather than just a normal tabletop game. If you know.
So it's supposed to roll perception, right?
Yes. You look outside, and suddenly you can hear screams. Okay?
Screams outside?
Yes. As you can see, a massive fire in the middle of town. You see that Eva looks at you, looking at the fire. Roll courage. You look at the fire, you look at the flames as the bonfire catches up. You can hear the screams of the Inquisitors calling somebody witch. You, for the first time ever, feel fear of the fire. Even if it's very far away, the massive redness in the sky scares you. You turn around, and your face clashes close to Eva. She holds your head into her breast, and she caresses your head as if you were a little child, going like, shh, shh, shh. It won't touch you, nothing here. It won't harm you. We are but afraid of fire, for it's the nature of the beast to fear fire. I will teach you all you need to know, and until the day I'm relieved of your charge, you will be my companion, she says with a wicked smile. What do you
So,
Go ahead.
I react to that sign saying, "You mean toy, don't you? Please don't try to hide it."
She looks at you, going like, she just smiles slightly, going like, yes, but you have been a good toy. I'll take care of you. You deserve to be treated properly. Besides, tomorrow you will meet the prince. For now, I will teach you the basics. She looks
Do I need to change my road, by the way?
Wait, what?
Because I'm still at Road of Humanity, so am I still...
Yes. Yeah. Basically, okay, since you asked about the roads, she tells you that for now you are still human. You still see things as a human. You still comprehend the world as a human. But eventually, you will do things that will make you reconsider what is your sanity, what are your needs, what are the ways that the world shall move to your feet. And then you will understand that humanity is something flawed. And you will understand the vision and the philosophies of being a monster. And that will carry a lower toll over you. Do you get what I mean, outside character?
Yeah.
Basically, everything that you do that goes against human nature will make you do a roll. If you succeed at rolls, you can justify your actions. If you fail at roll, you will not only be able to justify your actions, but you will enjoy the lack of humanity within your reactions. If you lose all your humanity, your character is controlled by the beast. You become a monster. You go berserk. You start drinking people in front of everyone. You don't care anymore. You don't give a shit. The problem is that once you go lower, you cannot go higher. You cannot recover your humanity. It's impossible. The only option is to change your path, to change your road. That means leaving our all human morality behind to embrace a new perspective within what is to be a monster. Okay?
Okay. I get it now.
Basically, there's if you want, I can tell you a little bit more about it.
No, I'm good for right now.
Okay, but do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand.
Yeah. For example, Eva lost her humanity a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's hard to tell, but her humanity is far gone. Hold on, let me see. Any other questions?
Does my humanity drop?
It's just because I'm curious about this item, but do we still have the 2 cups and dice?
Yes.
Okay.
Dude, those objects are gonna be important for you.
Yes, I know. I feel like that's going to get me out of most situations.
No. Not only because of that. Because those objects remind you of who you used to be before. Dude, all I'm gonna say is, be afraid when your vampire doesn't remember how was the sunlight.
That's kind of why I wanted to get my dagger enchanted, so I can look back on it, because I changed to a vampire. I want something I had from before I was a vampire to change as well.
Also, did I ever succeed in that pickpocketing attempt, or?
Yeah, you stole some money.
Yeah. So I have 2 memories of being human: a fucking bag of money that I stole, and a dice and cups.
Hold on. Give me a second. By the way, so you can get a better idea. Hold on. Okay. For example, here I have the pads. Okay. Path of Breath. Path of Breath. Path of Christ. Basically, in case you want to become a full Christian, say, no, I still follow God. This must be a test by God. I must become human. The Path of Breath. Let's see, which is basically is to detach yourself from humanity. Path of Lilith. No. Path of Baal.
Beowulf?
Basically, it's based on the idea that
Hell no. No.
no, path of creation, path of metamorphosis. Basically, babies become kids, kids become men become vampire. What do vampires become? The question lies in the path of metamorphosis. Basically,
You want
just
to become something more than just a vampire?
if you Google any images of the Simishi, you will. Okay, do you remember how in the book the Simishis look inhuman?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the Simishis who follow the path of metamorphosis.
Yeah.
Okay, the
Well,
path
anyways,
of change.
Where were we at with me and Ava talking?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Okay, so where were we? Oh yeah. She's gonna teach you a little bit about what are you capable of, so you can be prepared just in case. For tonight is Inquisition night. The Inquisitors are hunting anyone who seems suspicious and burning them at the stake. Okay?
Okay.
So, what do you do? What do you want to learn first?
Like out of my abilities or
No, powers.
powers? Like my disciplines powers?
And all the other things that comes with the package of becoming a vampire.
I want to try to have her teach me Nocturnal.
Okay. She smiles wickedly as she... Hold on. As her hand extends towards you, and she whispers, imagine and give shape to the darkness. Think about the lack of light. Think about the emptiness of the soul, the void, the darkness, the place before God existed. You start thinking about it. You start meditating about it. Spend 1 blood point.
John can now use blood points. Yay!
I used a blood. I marked it already.
Okay. Now, my good friend, roll manipulation plus occult.
Does he also get the blood bonus?
No.
I have 4 manipulation, but no occult.
Roll 2
So-
manipulation.
He would have
Just
3.
manipulation?
He would have 3 manipulation.
Yeah, as long as you don't have that thing.
If his manipulation is 4 and he doesn't have any occult, wouldn't it just be 3 instead of 2?
That will be 3. Yeah.
2 critical failures.
You try to focus on it, but nothing happens. Your hand just... You can see a black aura coming from your hand, but it's not big enough. She just give a sigh going like, don't worry, take your time, try again. As her eyes like lock it into yours. Roll again.
Roll again, no blood point.
Yes. Hold on, let me double check if you have to spend blood points, but go ahead.
Because I remember you saying that I didn't have to.
That's what I'm
was
trying to
roll.
check out, because my memory is not that good.
Yay, success!
Hold on.
There's
Nope.
at least one.
Hold on. No, this is obfuscation. No, obstination. Hold on. Hiding yourself from God. Nocturne. Okay. Nocturne is a level 2. Manipulation plus occultism. Difficulty 7. Okay, you got 1 success. Hold on. Your hand starts pouring darkness around you, like a black aura. You notice that every single light that's touched by this gas, by this smoke, gets turned off suddenly, goes down.
So, like, in how big of area do I make the whole room dark, or is it just like,
If you got one success, right?
yeah?
10 feet. It's 10 feet wide. She looks at you and goes like, not bad, as everything goes black. You cannot even see your hand until your eyes start adjusting, and you can see like shadows from the corners of your eyes, like mist moving around to the corners of your eyes. She looks at you and says, point it anywhere you want. You can move it around you.
I point it behind me, like, because am I using my, like, what am I pointing with? Am I pointing with my finger, or can I point with, like, any part of my hand, like my thumb?
Dude, it's your power.
You could probably
I
point
point
with
it
a tentacle.
behind me with my thumb, just simply, as if I'm kind of, like, practicing using it out, just, like, barely pointing my thumb backwards
You
with,
notice
like,
that
my...
the 3 feet move behind you, doing hissing sounds and doing echoes, like whenever you hear a conversation or any sound, you can hear it echoing through the shadow as it moves behind you. Let me tell you right away. For every success, is 10 feet bigger. Okay?
Okay.
Also, you can move it up to 50 yards.
For every one success, or...
Yeah.
So, like, if I get 3 successes, it's 30 feet wide, but I can move it like 150 yards.
No, you can only move it 50 yards. But
Okay.
if you spend 1 blood point and do it at difficulty 9, you can do that in places that you're not even seeing.
Whoa.
While I use this ability, can I use it to, like, follow myself? You know what I mean?
Yes.
While testing it out, I point at the ground right below me and I slowly walk around the room, watching it follow me.
Yes.
Kind of slightly amused.
You can do that. As you do that, you're quite amused of what the hell is going on. You're more perplexed. She tells you that there are certain laws of the night that you must be aware of. Okay? Every vampire follows laws in order to exist, in order to survive the nights. Rule number 1: you must never break the masquerade.
Can I
Go ahead.
Can I roll like intelligence or something to try to see if I can understand before she explains it?
Sure.
What do you want me to roll? Intelligence, academics?
Plus occult.
I can do /R2 since I'm losing 1 because I don't have a cult. Keep making me roll a cult. A critical, success, and a fail.
You cannot come up with anything. Basically, there is a couple of traditions that you need to know. Okay? There are 6 traditions. The Pact, which is basically every vampire believes that there's a number 1, which is Cain. Remember to always look to that. You will respect the vampire based on their generation. The older he is, the more wise he is, so the more powerful he is, and the closer to Cain he is. Okay?
Yeah.
Second, Dominion. You will never hunt in the turf that belongs to other vampires, nor they will hunt in your turf. Only the prince can assign you your turf. Okay?
Like the prince of all like of the race you're in, you know? Like
basically, okay, let me put it like this. There is not one vampire king. It's impossible for there to be one leader of every single vampire in the world. For example, if you arrive to Ohio, you introduce yourself to the prince, and he will grant you permission to hunt. And if you're a good vampire and you do your bidding, I mean his biddings, he will say, for example, okay, I will assign you. Okay, let's imagine we're in New York. If you're a good vampire, the prince might say, okay, I will allow you to hunt in Queens. But if any vampire tries to hunt in Queens, you let me know and I'll punish him. Because that's your turf. That's your dominion. Okay?
Okay, I get it now.
Third law, you cannot create vampires without the consent of the prince.
Can I respond to that because she's explaining this to me, right?
She told you that she created you, but tomorrow she's going to introduce you to the prince. As long as you are not introduced to the prince, you don't exist in the city. So any other vampire can destroy you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Fourth law, destruction. Fourth law, responsibility. If you turn somebody into a vampire, any stupid shit that they do falls on top of you. It's like having a child. You know what I mean? You carry with the responsibility of their actions. Fifth law, destruction. Officially, a vampire cannot kill another vampire by any way necessary. The only exception are times of war, self-defense, and by order of the prince. Okay?
Okay.
So let's say that you create a vampire. The guy is a fucking idiot. He endangers the existence of vampires. So the prince says, "I'm gonna exterminate him. You have to hand your child over to me, or I'll send my hounds and the sheriff to capture him and execute him publicly. Whatever you like it or not." Sixth law. Hold on.
Wait, if that's the case that you have to turn it in, can you request to the prince to kill him yourself?
No. If you want to kill yourself, you can do it. The problem is that this law basically applies because vampires have a lot of influence, a lot in politics and all that. In the modern era, in the modern day, there's vampires who control political parties, police officers, who have influences over hospitals and all that. So you always know who to rely on. So if a hunter kills a vampire, they'll leave a massive empty space, and everybody freaks out.
I see.
The sixth law, she whispers that you will always remain in silence about who you are. This means do not use your powers in public. Do not use your powers in front of potential witnesses. There are no witnesses whatsoever. We don't want the Inquisition to grab us and burn us at the stake. We might have the power, but they have the numbers.
I nod and say, so you're providing for me because I've lived off of picking pockets for the past several years.
She just smiles. She doesn't say anything. Any questions? Go ahead.
I take that as a sign of agreement and I nod.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and also remember, respect the words of your elders. There are certain creatures in this world we don't see eye to eye, but be careful with them. Always. You see it's getting there down as the woman just smiles at you and she tells you that she has a little gift for you, another one. She takes you to a chamber with no windows in the same building. You see a large coffin made out of stone. She looks at you and she says that this is going to be your bedroom for now.
I chuckle and say, I'm used to hard beds, but that one's a little bit too solid.
She
But
smiles softly and goes like, "Don't worry, I'll make sure you sleep comfortable tonight." You see that her husband is looking at you through the door, like angry, pissed off, and then he sees Eva. Frederick just smiles, saying, "So, are we going to bed, my dear?" She smiles back at him, going like, "Yes, but I'm going with my toy," as she guides you to the coffin.
Oh man, John.
I look I look back at Frederick with the look of like I didn't ask for this.
He's just fucking angry. She just smiles as she, with one hand, gently pushes the massive rock to the side. Inside is very comfy. You see that it has some like pillows around it, and she makes space for you to join her. You feel very tired. What do you do?
I sigh and I join her.
She, she's underneath you. Her legs spread, wrapping around your waist, looking at the ghoul as she slowly covers both of you with a massive rock, as if it wasn't hard for her, as it didn't have any weight. She covers you. The next night, my good AT,
Yes, sir.
you wake up spending 1 point of blood. You're very thirsty. You haven't drank much blood lately, so you're very down. You can feel something scratching his nails inside your skull. How much blood points do you have left?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. So you still, and your grand total is 12, I believe. No.
It was 13.
Okay, so you're thirsty, but not as thirsty as you believe. You wake up, and you see that that Barbados is not there, but Cirilla is, and she's changing her clothes. She doesn't care at you if you see her. She's putting some other clothes that Quasimodo left, something more formal. She puts the clothes with the cape with the symbol of the gangrel. You can see her body. She's very ripped for her figure. Very muscle. I mean, how to put it? Her muscles are very tight. She looks at you like as if you were looking at. She looks at you. How to put it? As her eyes almost say, "Oh, I forget that I'm a woman, not a warrior." She covers herself, but not in embarrassment, but more like, "Dude, don't let us not waste any time." She throws you your clothes and tells you that dinner will be served soon enough. What do you do?
I just watch her get dressed while I put. Well, like I don't want it to look obvious, but like I just check her out while I put my clothes on, I guess.
All right. Roll self-control if you like.
Oh fuck! This is gonna bite me in the ass. God damn. Okay.
You go to rape her and she beats you up.
She's gonna beat my ass. I'm not a rapey person. It's just she's getting dressed in front of me, like.
She doesn't care really.
All right. I got you. I rolled.
In your mind, dude, she is fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
Part of you is like, I wanna have sex with her, but she also intimidates you. You want
my attractiveness is 3. So I can't hate it that the ladies want a piece of Tizza.
She doesn't appear to care about sex whatsoever. But she's more like focused on what she's doing with her job personally. It's more she's a warrior first and a woman second or third.
Well, there is blood and semen, am I right?
About that, so Vampires ejaculate blood.
Nice.
I mean, they can make their junk work,
Dope.
but it doesn't, like, properly. So it's like, so basically, if you come, it will look like normal jizz, but it will be more blood consistency.
Okay, like my goal is to like ultimately one day get her to drink my blood and then like totally bang the fuck out of her.
Wish you luck, buddy. Wish you luck.
Yeah.
So, you get ready. You put on the clothes. The clothes are very formal in the attires. As you walk with her, you nor her are carrying any weapons. As Igor guides you to the bathhouse. As soon as you arrive, you see a staircase going downwards, near where the throne was, but you don't see the throne anymore. Roll perception.
Glad I got that good perception.
Let me do a little test here. Oh, we still have one beer.
It's okay. Amazing. It's not bad.
What do you got?
7, 6, 4, and 3.
Suddenly you hear something that cuts your eye. You hear laughter, but not like massive, not like a proper celebration, but more like normal conversation, ongoing conversation. You start walking down the spiral thing. Roll. No, I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna make you roll perception again. And you see a long table of improvised chairs and so on. Okay? And the first thing you notice is that there's a lot of Nosferatu talking among each other. They are making jokes, laughing with each other. Some of them are rolling dice to have fun. On one end of the table, you can see Barbados talking with a man who doesn't look like a freaking Nosferatu. Hell, he even looks human.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Between Barbados, this other man, there's a chair where you can see Asmodeus listening in closely as the other man has a small notebook where he's taking notes to some stuff. You see that the two Nosferatus guide you to your seats, and they offer you to sit down with the woman to this stranger man's side, and you in between one Nosferatu and Barbados. What do you do?
I'm going to try. What's the name of the big bad boss guy that runs this again? I forget his name.
Asmodeus.
Where's he at?
He's at the end of the table. You're close enough to him. You are. Hold to put it. Let me do a little drawing here on the side. If this is the table,
Can I go sit with him?
you're here. Barbados. Bodyguard. The stranger. Fiorella. Asmodeus. And there's Nosferatus here, and so on.
Where are you drawing this at?
To the very corner of the map. You see it?
I want to go sit with Asmodeus.
You're close enough, but not next to him. Like,
Yeah, walk over to go sit with him.
you try to walk over, and you see the bodyguard stand up. He looks at them, going like, "Please, I had a seat for you." As he aims to the seat next to the sire of your sire.
Okay, I sit with my sire.
You sit with the sire. As you can see, this older man laughing, cackling gently, like going, "Oh God, I cannot believe this." This man is very pale. His eyes are freaking orange and red, like the eyes of a cat. Long hair, wearing a cloak, a purple cloak. His clothes say Middle East and also say Europe. You see him taking a small plum and ink as he keeps drawing the bathhouse in details. You see how Barbados is just laughing, and he looks at you, going for a moment like, child, this is Beckett. Beckett, this is the neonate. Very pleased to meet you. So you are the new member of our family. I am Beckett. I am what is known as an archaeologist. I live history and I study it. So, this must be amusing for you, all this bizarre situation, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, do tell me a little bit about you. I'm curious.
I am a hunter-fisherman that was born to unknown parents, and I used to live off the side of what was called Snake River, where I grew up hunting and trapping and trained local animals. And I pull out a silver whistle that I brought from my home. Remember from last episode? I show him it.
May I see it, if you don't mind?
I look at him in the face. Well, I don't know. Very nervously, I offer him a look at it, but I don't want to give it to him.
He looks at it, and then you see that he switches the page and starts drawing it in very high detail. So you said you are from Snake River. I was there a long time ago. I noticed the craftsmanship is interesting. I can tell that your people was influenced by the North. So you must be from around, let's see, based on the technique, close to the Holy Roman Empire. Perhaps close to Nuremberg or to Cologne. Fascinating. Snake River has been being the same since I last went there, when it was only a ravine, but fascinating anyways. You see that the Barbados just smiles, going like trying to tell you with his eyes that Beckett he's not an asshole. He's just a guy who likes his job, basically. You see that he pays attention to the whistle, and then he looks at Asmodeus, going like, I can't believe that the Romans left all this behind. Yes. The old empire decided that this place was better fitted to become an underground city in case of wars or something like that, but they abandoned the idea. Yes, I understand. So the catacombs are more like a shelter, isn't it? Yes, that was our purpose back in the day. Fascinating. And the catacombs run all over the city, don't they? Yes.
Now, who are they talking to? Are they talking to me?
No, he's talking to Asmodeus, Beckett.
Okay.
Barbados is just expecting for his food.
Okay.
So, Barbados, I heard that you were interested in breaking the social order, isn't it? Yes, and I could use your help as an intelligence operative. Please, the wars are boring. After the events of Constantinople, I already gave up on all that. I'm just a mere collector. But if I happen to find a map or a structure that you need someone to research it, to see if it's connected to some mechanism or anything like that, please do let me know with the usual fee. Roll intelligence. Let me give you a little hint here.
Okay. I will do that. I have to switch between Chrome and 10, but yes, I got you. Well, 1d10. Well, that
you roll
doesn't
1d0.
count. Yeah, sorry.
Well, I guess that's a critical one.
Okay, you notice something. Vampires don't use money between each other.
No, use money.
I mean, vampires only use money because think about it.
Right.
Do vampires need to eat, like food? No.
Nope, they can.
No, if they want something, they take it usually.
Okay.
So when Beckett says payment, it catches your eye. Like, what? What? How can you pay somebody who doesn't has a main need for money? Do you ask him?
Well, he's gonna take my body parts because he's a particular kind of vampire, right?
You don't know. Do you ask Beckett?
No, I just decided to remain quiet.
He looks at you, going like, "Don't worry, child. I might be an old creature, but I'm not a monster. I'm just a collector. Tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what I always said to your friend here. If you need my services, I'm willing to help you. The only thing I ask in return is to be able to have items from my collection. And no, I don't mean like living people. No, those are boring. Those get rotten and die. No. I'm an archaeologist. Artifacts, old items, old books, pieces of armor from eras before. If you find anything like that for me to add to my collection, I will owe you favors. Just bear in mind, I'm not a warrior. I'm just an explorer."
So he wants payment for what exactly?
The guy's an archaeologist. Think about that. He's a
Yeah.
vampire archaeologist, and he just said the catacombs run all over the city. And there's
But I don't have any old items to even give him.
No, but if in later years.
Right.
Write it down in that
Right,
order.
but even then, what would I need him for?
Beckett knows shit. Knows a lot of shit.
Situation.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you this hint. He was on the fall of Constantinople.
Okay.
Okay?
Right.
The only thing that's interesting about Beckett is that he doesn't believe in Cain. He's a debunker.
Alright.
Roll courage. Suddenly you start hearing screams and people shaking and wailing as you see a group of these monsters dragging in chains naked men and women, dropping them onto the tables as they scream and shout in fear as they try to escape, some of them pissing themselves. They drop them in front of you on the table. They drop you a woman, blonde hair, a little bit of freckles, as the Nosferatus are getting ready to bite. The Asmodeus stands up and gently taps his fingernails, going like, "Please, gentlemen, we have a guest. I wish to make a toast for our new companions, or new friends, or new allies, if that's the word. To Beckett for his achievements in investigating our home and going beyond what we already knew." Beckett stands up and does a little stand ovation, then he sits down. To Barabas and his crew, you see him standing up, Fiorella as well. Do you stand up?
I raise my glass.
For showing us that they have interesting ideas, and perhaps we might be free of the urges of the prince. Who knows, maybe one day one of us could be prince. So, Morkan, what did you catch us today? A creature from the bottom of the table starts saying, "I found some prostitutes, some thieves, and some unsavory individuals for tonight's feast. All of them are bound and gagged."
Alright.
Did you see that? Barabbas looks at you going like, "Well, our child hasn't consumed his first human yet. Oh, so we are we're going to. He's not gonna be a virgin anymore, says Asmodeus, as every other monster on the table laughs. You see that Beckett is the only one not laughing, nor him nor Fiorella. Barabbas is just giving a short like smile and nodding with the head. So, since you haven't put any proper prey under your teeth, pick. I'll allow you to pick anything, even the food from my table, from my plate. What are you gonna do?
I ask him back for my dagger.
He offers you your dagger back, like pushing it with his long nail.
Is it magical?
He doesn't says anything. He doesn't replies to that.
Alright. With the blade sticking over the edge of the table, I hit the blade, flipping it up in the air, catching it, and bringing it into her throat while I'm looking at Asmodeus, and I cut her jugular. And I say, let's feast.
Roll
Athletics.
consciousness.
Consciousness? Okay.
Okay, she was a whore. She deserved it. That's what you think. Maybe she wasn't a good person. As you cut her neck, you put the cup underneath her. She starts gargling blood out of her mouth into the bloody gag. As the creatures, the Nosferatus, jump over the table to start feeding. The Asmodeus just fills his cup and starts drinking. Right away from that. Beckett, he was going to bite her, but he also pokes her in the lungs and starts pouring into his own chalice. You can recover all your blood points.
Thank you. I just wanted that to be like, since it's my first time feeding, I wanted it to be like kind of a celebratory, like, I'm hungry, let's bash. I didn't really want it to be anything special. I wanted to put on a show, but
no,
not really.
Honestly, out of character, I thought that you were going to be like, no, I won't eat a person, or that you will try to avoid it. But no,
I mean, I'm among friends.
Yeah.
When in Rome, do what the Rome.
That's right.
When with the fucking horrible nightmare creatures do as the horrible nightmare creatures.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When with the butt ugly sons of bitches, do what the butt. You can't, like, there's so many of them around you. You have to do it.
Right. So why argue
Why
about
not do it with style?
All right.
Do you recover all your blood points after feeding on this woman? Her eyes like locked into yours. Her dead eyes. As the life slowly fleds off her body. As you drink her warm blood.
Slut blood.
Yeah.
It's probably not even pure.
No, if you were a mentor, will be like, oh, she's not a virgin.
Good thing I'm immune to diseases.
No, it's probably full of semen and shit.
Right.
I wouldn't have done that if I wasn't immune to the diseases. I want to make that clear.
Dude, you're immune to disease, so that's
as soon as he said horror, I was like, oh, I can see this going bad.
Yeah. Shit, that reminds me of something. I was playing a Simishi once, and my Simishi had kidnapped a human because he needed information. And the other players were like, okay, so you're a Simishi, right? Yes. What kind of thing did you do to her in order to break her mind? She puts the lotion on the skin or else I get the hose again.
Right.
And ever since then they call my character Buffalo Bill. Yeah.
Oh god.
I just like how my character is. He's just like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm stuck.
You wake up. You wake up the next night.
Which one of them?
You notice that she's not on the coffin anymore.
Okay.
The coffin is very comfortable. Cold.
Are you talking to me or
No,
John?
To John.
Yeah.
You're talking to John.
Yes.
Okay.
So my whole thing's done.
For now, yes.
Okay, cool.
Basically, I wanted to pop your cherry.
Okay, that's the second time that's been mentioned today.
Yes. Also, hold on. There's something I need to show you very quickly. There is a video games based. There's two video games based on Vampire the Masquerade. Okay.
Are they any good?
The second one is very good, but it has a lot of bugs. A lot of bugs. AT, this is Beckett, and he's a canon character of the Wall of Darkness.
That fucking is Beckett, that fucking Irish dude.
No. Look at the video. I posted you there.
I'm watching
You'll
it.
probably hear
You guys
off
can
mine.
continue with their story. Oh god, this is like Morrowind
Your
meets like.
I presume.
Okay.
So-
So I wake up in the coffin. She's gone. You said.
Yes.
I guess is the lid closed or is it open?
It's slightly open. Roll strength in order to open it.
I have like 1 strength. Come on.
Roll.
Damn it. Yeah.
Okay. You start pushing the lid. It's a little bit heavy, but then you finish pushing it. You get out of the coffin. You're still a little bit startled by it, by the loud thud. What do you do?
I try to see if there's any other servant besides Frederick that I can request some stuff from.
No,
No.
only him. Do you hear?
I look at Frederick.
Go ahead.
I look at Frederick and
By the way, you don't see him, but you can hear screams coming from one of the rooms.
his screams.
No.
Oh, just a scream.
Yes.
I head towards the screams because that's just how dumb my character is.
You-
Though he's smart, he's dumb.
Wait. What was that about the screams? I couldn't hear you.
I walk towards it, like where the screams are coming from.
Okay. Roll
Eh.
perception.
I keep trying to put R slash on it
Mhm.
instead of slash R. Right, wrong. Perception. 2. Critical success.
Okay. You head to the. You hear screams coming from one of the rooms. One of the screams is very loud, the other one is muffled. You peek inside the room and you see a woman naked, beautiful. Her head bound into these wooden appliances. Her legs spread as Frederick examines her sex. The other one is hanging upside down as she screams, and underneath her, you can see Eva, naked, waiting. Like, are they. Frederick says yes, they're virgins. Alright, hang here, and you need to take a bath. What do you do?
God, John gets all the cool little scenarios.
Dude,
I saw.
you are with the.
I got a cold bitch as a sire, and this motherfucker that never enchanted my dagger. John's got virgins, all this cool shit. Damn it.
Dude,
I sigh and knock on the door frame loud enough so they can hear me.
you knock. You hear one of the girls screaming loudly, like, please help me. As suddenly you hear chains being rattled. Do you hear Eva saying, please do come in?
I look at the girl who's screaming. I just go, can't do anything.
Roll
You know.
consciousness.
Consciousness.
Yes,
I keep having to open the tab because I have it on a separate tab.
it's okay.
Consciousness.
By the way,
So-
dude, you're with the French resistance.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
2 criticals.
You really feel bad about it. You really feel like. You know this is fucking evil.
But do I at least know that there's nothing I can do?
You know there's nothing you can do. You know that the monster will win. You see that Eva stands up. Her body is completely pale. Her breasts are they're not large. How to put it? Her body is very petite. She has hips like that, like you could easily rub with your hand. Very thin physique. She stands up as she looks at you, completely naked. She doesn't care. You see that Frederick is on his knees as she grabs one of the girls hanging upside down, caressing her cheek, and only saying to you, "Are you going to join me before we go meet the prince?"
I look at her like with a double take, like, what, me?
Yes.
I actually say, actually, I want to ask, if you could get, like, I completely go over Frederick's head on this. I was going to ask if you could get Frederick to get me 2, like, little satchels, because I want to carry a couple things, and also, I know, and I say it like this. I know this is going to sound weird, but some cattle traps to put in one, just in case anything goes wrong.
She smiles, going like, "I can get you what you need, but you won't need it anyways." You see that she looks at Fredericks as the man is already gone, going for the stuff you needed. She looks at one of the girls as she begs for, saying please. As you can see your sire's tongue tracing over her lips. As she just smiles, saying, has anybody kissed you?" The girl says no between soft mutters as she cries. The woman gently kisses her, almost in a loving way, as you witness. The only thing you see that with she extends one of her fingers, almost as a knife, and her finger very quickly runs over her neck. The other girl starts screaming louder as she just turns over, slowly cutting her, as the blood of both of the women start pouring over her body, and she just slowly sits down and allows the blood to fall over her body, turning it completely crimson. Hold
on. I sigh and ask her, "So what did you mean by join you?"
She extends your hand for her. I mean, she extends her hand for you to join in this blood bath.
Am I still wearing the clothes that she gave me?
Yes.
I look at the clothes, I look at her, I look back at the clothes, I sigh and take the clothes off and join her.
You join her. Roll consciousness.
Difference consciousness again.
So, John, how was your first RP? Oh, I bathed into virgin's blood.
I have this weird tendency to roll a critical success and a critical fail both at the same time.
You join her and you know this is fucking wrong.
Yet
you know
again,
it's so fucking
nothing.
wrong. As the blood stops pouring, you hear the door slowly creaking open as you notice her wrapping her arms around you and slowly kissing you. What do you do?
It's the next night, right?
Yes.
I look at her and I say, "Already this early?" as a joke.
She just smiles. She says nothing as she grabs your body, kissing you yet again, as you can only hear Fredericks opening the door, looking inside, and then closing the door.
Isn't this lady married?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude?
I shout to Frederick to leave the 2 bags outside, because I'm pretty much done with Frederick.
Dude, what part of she's a fucking monster you don't get?
She is.
But some of these vampires still follow the religious aspects of Christianity or whatever still, right?
Hold on, give me 2 seconds, hold on.
So if she's married...
Like, by my actions, you can tell I know this is wrong, but there's nothing I can do, so I'm just not really giving up, but kind of just like not fighting back.
Right.
Alright, I'm back. Your question has an interesting answer. It depends.
Yeah, it depends on the type of vampire.
No, it depends. It depends on the person's philosophies. For example, I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna be blunt. Eva doesn't believe in God. She was turned into a monster, and God didn't help her. She now sees that she lives in an era of decadence and of corruption, so she doesn't see the need for established rules. She's like, how to put it? She's like the woman who passes as a nun so she can turn men on.
Oh, there's my pen.
Other vampires do believe in God. Other vampires make fun of. Holy shit! This is the biggest coincidence ever. Sorry, I'm DMing Vampire and I'm sapping, and they're showing Blade the Vampire Hunter on TV. But depending on the vampires, some of them believe in God, some others make fun of God, some believe that they're monsters by God or by design. So it depends on the vampire. This bitch doesn't care.
Alright, well, if it's good to you, I don't care.
An hour or so later, you are dressed again. They take you outside through as you take hold on, as you get inside a ride with horses. I always forget the name of those things in English, at least.
So I actually got the bag of cattle trust, right? And
Yes.
the other bag.
Yeah, I don't know
In
what
the
the
other
color
bag,
trust is.
I have my cups and dice,
Mhm.
and the bag of money that I stole.
Mhm.
But they're like really close to me because of the way that they are, so that they can't like wobble around or anything.
Mhm.
So, yeah,
So
I just wanted to say that.
they take you through Paris, through another cathedral, to another church. As they get inside, there's a lot of nuns and priests, but they don't pay you attention. They don't pay attention to you, nor to her. You walk through the church to another building, to a large tower, surrounded by smaller buildings. It's on the fancier side of the city. She is with Frerix and you. Frerix is fucking pissed, as always. And you notice a large staircase heading upwards. Inside the place, there's other people talking. She tells you to wait here, for she's going to talk to the Senescal and the prince. She walks up, lifting her skirt slightly so she doesn't.
I wanted to say something before she left.
Yes.
I at Frederick, kind of annoyed with the way that he's been acting, even though it's understandable. And I tell her, "Can you take him with you? I don't want to deal with him."
She looks at him and goes. Her eyes glow for a second and goes, "Don't worry, he'll be quiet."
I nod. Good.
The cuckening is strong in this one.
I'm just done feeling sorry for Frederick. I'm just gonna mess with Frederick the rest of this. While she's gone, I'm just gonna essentially sit there and just play with the dice a little bit.
You start moving the dice from back and forth in your hand. As
you know what would be interesting, John, is if you played a game with Frederick, where if you win, he has to watch you have sex with his wife.
I'm not going to do that.
That would be insane.
You still have a little
He's
bit
a
of common
fucking
sense,
monster.
do you?
Huh?
You still have a little bit of common sense, do you?
Yes. I'm not completely accepting it. I'm just mostly accepting it.
Well, I mean, you don't have to really do it, but the idea to torment him would be funny. That he thinks you're going to do that, but not really. I mean, I don't know. It's up to you.
Yeah. I'm just going to sit there and play with the dice. I'm going to let Frederick watch me play with the dice.
A couple of minutes pass, and you can see her walking down the stairs, looking at you, saying the prince is ready to meet you.
I nod, toss the dice up, catch him, put it back in the bag. And then I walk with her to meet the prince.
Okay. You start going up the stairs. As you enter a large chamber, there's a throne room. You can see a man pale, long, long golden hair, blue eyes, as he doesn't look amused or anything. He has this permanent look of raising an eyebrow. He's wearing a black clothing. He almost like a priest, almost like how to put it? Almost as he was a member of the church. His fingers are covered in rings. His feet are exposed, but not touching the ground floor beneath him. In front of him, there's a lot of roses. Next to him, you see a big, tall man. He's basically carrying a sword as big as you and as thick as a door. Beside him, you see another man wearing, which caught your eye, wearing bishop's clothing, like a priest. There's other couple of seats. Some of them you can see shadows looking at you, and some others are empty. The man looks at you. He waves his hand like saying whatever, not paying attention to you, as the bishop, a very old man, like about his 60s, and this is saying a lot for the medieval era, doesn't walk towards you. He slides slowly, almost like a inhuman being. You see that that Eva gets on her knees and kisses his ring finger, where he has a ring with a shield. He looks at you as Eva tries to pull your pants down, like, get in your knees, you fucking idiot.
I follow orders because I don't want to lose my pants, essentially.
Okay.
I essentially do what she did, kind of slightly confused. More out of everything, I'm more fascinated on the guy with like the huge sword.
By the way, the guy is wearing an executioner's gun, like an executioner's mask, and a massive armor made of leather. The leather looks almost like human muscle exposed.
That just makes me more fascinated with the weapon.
The bishop looks at both of you, going like, so Eva, is this your child? I see. Please, allow me to introduce myself. I am the Seneschal and Bishop Thorn Duma. I represent the right hand of the prince. The prince... He looks at the prince for one moment. The prince is not paying attention to you. He's looking at his roses. Is glad to see that we have another kin among our midst. Tell me, Eva, wasn't your ghoul going to be embraced? Or you prefer somebody younger, more inexperienced? She only smiles. I see. Do you see that the prince looks at you for 1 second and then keeps looking at his roses? The prince allows you law of dominion, young one. Please, get on your knees in front of your prince.
Wait, out of character, in front of who?
The prince.
Okay. I get on my knees in front of the prince. And I'm also, like, while he's looking at the roses, I'm also looking at the roses because I kind of also enjoy the look of the roses.
Are just normal roses. Some are more... Like, the prince is taking the ones to look the more fresh. The more old ones, the ones that decayed, he doesn't care about them. The man looks at you for one moment, like not paying you attention, as the prince moves his feet against the petals, offering you his exposed feet, like wanting you to kiss his feet, his knuckles.
I turn to essentially who he said was his right hand man, and I ask him if I'm supposed to kiss his feet because I'm not sure.
You see that Eva is afraid. For the first time, her masquerade of domination is completely broken, and you see You don't see a woman, you see a little child that's freaking afraid.
I say very, like, apologetic. I've never met royalty before, so I apologize if anything I say seems rude.
He looks at you, and then you see the massive man walking behind you, getting his sword over your shoulder, pressing it slightly, not cutting you. The prince looks at you as he offers you his feet. Do you?
Nods, and I nod at him, hoping that he sees me out of the corner of his eyes, and I do.
You do?
Yeah.
The man walks walks turning his back towards you and sits back on his throne as you still have the sword over your shoulder as you are on your knees. His voice breaks, and because of his voice, you know he's either a male or female. He's completely androgynous. He asks your name.
I ask him very as politely as possible, as politely as possible, if he could have the guy remove the sword from essentially my shoulder, and along with that, I say my name.
When you first do that, he doesn't react. He doesn't even blink. You say your name, and as soon as you say your name, the sword lifts and drops over your left shoulder. The prince goes like, "You have my blessing, but what have you bought me as an offering?"
Wait, brought him?
You see that Ava ponders for a moment and goes, "Your Majesty, may I go find his offering?" The prince looks at her, but how to put it? His eyes don't move. It's like his eyes are dead, staring at the end of the door, and he moves his entire body to look at her slowly. The woman is gone. A couple of moments later, you see Fredericks arriving, like going like, "What? Oh, my prince." He gets in his knees as well. The prince just gives a small sigh, like, as the bishop gets closer, taking a book, open it, and going like, "Ah, Fredericks Rum. You control a winery, isn't it?" "Yes." "And you have served our kingdom for how many years now?" "How many years?" 40 years. "And we allowed you to marry your wife, isn't it?" "Yes." "Good. Does she have the right over your winery?" Excuse me, does she has the rights over your winery?" "Yes." The prince looks at Eva, looks at you. "You're gonna get married." As he sits down, the guy goes like, but I'm her husband." "Sheriff." The sword falls as his head falls over the floor. "Eva, now you have the rights over his winery. The prince has spoken." What do you do?
What was the last thing he said?
The sheriff decapitated Fredericks in front of everybody, like nonchalantly, and he told Eva that she has now the rights over his winery as long as she gives a profit to the prince.
Profit like an item?
No, like influence.
Efforts?
Influence.
Influence.
Yes.
I look at Eva and say, and say very kind of like serious, but jokingly as part of my personality, because I'm kind of scared right now. I'm like, you should probably give him as much influence as possible.
You say that, and you see the prince flickering a rose between his thumb and finger, as he suddenly pinches himself. He sees the little drop of blood, and he walks towards you. You see that Eva goes like, I'm her sire. You should do that to me, sir. You see that the prince looks at her, like about to offer his bloody thumb to her, but then he stops and licks his own wound, almost like a threat. You might go, he says as he sits down back into his throne. The seneschal looks at both of you, going, "By the way, your elder might wish to speak to you. We have news about the one called Bikos, and apparently the Inquisition is examining every corner of the city. Somebody's doing something, and the elder is not pleased. You should go find him, both of you. Now leave." As soon as you leave, you start walking down. She gets inside of her carriage, and you can see blood coming from her eyes. If this creature ever shed a tear, it was a long time ago. For now, she's bleeding. For now, she's crying blood because she's fucking afraid of the Prince of Paris, and you should too. Any questions? Anything you wish to do?
I asked her what would have happened if, because I never got explained what happens when, or did I get explained what happens when a vampire gives another vampire blood?
One drop makes you like that person very much. Two drips, you fall in love with that person madly. Third drink, third sip, you obsess with that person, and you become his slave, basically. And then after that, it becomes a sin.
Okay, so what I do is I join her in the carriage, and as she's parenthesis crying, I slowly, like with one finger, get rid of one of her tears, as like a show of like, hey, you're not alone here, though you just lost your husband. You're not alone here.
She just looks at the emptiness, looking at through the carriage, and just tells you, if you find a human you want to keep as your toy, you have my permission to. I allow you to have your cool. Guys, shall we call a night for tonight? Because it's almost 1 in here. We can continue tomorrow if you like.
Okay. Writing in notes. Fred.
AT, you there?
Yes, I'm here, listening.
So far, what do you think about the game? I know it's very separated because you're with the Resistance, and John is with the elite, with the overlords.
It's really weird because I don't really want to side with them. I want to be working alongside John. But
Well,
the way things are going, we might end up fighting, and I don't know.
Fighting? More like I'm going to be running my ass away from you.
well, John already has seen how fucking terrifying is the prince, and he. By the way, very quickly, the guys sitting behind the prince are the elders.
Yeah.
Or the primogens. The law of the vampires is that the oldest vampire, basically the leader of the clan in an area is known as the primogen or the elder.
Yeah.
They have to do the bidding of the prince. The guy with the executioner mask, he is the sheriff.
So, didn't it's not Asmodel.
Is this
What the hell's
rude,
dude's name?
but-
Asmodeus, he is an elder. He has to work for the prince, but he doesn't like it.
Yeah. So, am I free to just walk the city now?
No, but because he's one vote.
But What does he want? Because he never did tell me what he wanted me to do.
And that's for the next
So
game.
I can... Oh, okay.
Because remember one thing, the Nosferatus, they are supposed to be everywhere, but the prince is limiting their... He's restricting them to certain areas.
Right.
They want to know
Alright.
what the hell's in there.
I'm fucking glad Frederick's dead.
You're what?
I'm glad Frederick's dead. He was a prick to me. And I understand why, but he was being too much of a prick.
Well, he's dead.
That's how I feel with that Scottish prick. God, I fucking hate that dude.
Very quickly, he's a gangrel. But...
Yeah, I know he is.
Yeah, but he's seen some very nasty shit. He used to be a cannibal.
I have to be allies with that fucker.
Dude, just because he... I'm gonna tell you a little secret. Sometimes the clans stab each other. I mean, the clan members. It's normal. Third. I'm gonna read you something very quick. Every
Okay.
city follows the certain political changes. I mean,
Okay.
you know, like ruling, okay?
Right.
So, you already know that the prince controls a city, right?
Right.
The the chamberlain in this case is is basically the diplomatic one. In this case, is the bishop. The guardian is the executioner. I mean, the
Okay.
biggest executioner. The sheriff
Right.
is the local law. You haven't met him yet.
No. I haven't met any of the people John's met yet.
The harpies are basically a group of women that must hear everything. That are the rumor mills and the rumor mongers. They're like a sort of intelligence work. The slayers are vampire hunters among the vampires, if I better remember. Okay, there are vampires that train themselves especially to hunt other vampires under the like mercenaries.
I forget the names of them. It's not my head.
But anyways, I wish we had 2 more players, personally. Okay.
I asked this guy we know named Shane, but he had to go to bed, and I asked Tobio, but he just another friend of ours, but he's just I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
But that's like all the people I know that I trust. So
What about Crow? Well, Crow's just weird, actually.
yeah, Crow's gonna go to be in bed by the time we do this.
Well, I'm gonna ask around to see if anybody's interested in joining our game.
Okay, before you go, do we get points?
Oh yeah. Hold on.
Yeah! This is the good part, John.
Okay, so as in every single video game or RPG, you earn experience points.
Yeah!
Hold on.
We get new points.
80.
Yes.
I'm gonna give you six experience points.
For whatever I want.
Hold on. Now I'm gonna copy paste you the chart. How do you have to spend them, if you want to?
Okay.
You have 6 experience points. If you want to increase an attribute, it's current rating times 4. If you want to increase an ability, it's current rating times 2.
So what does that mean?
Okay, for example,
current rating. So if it's 3, I have to pay 6 to get 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, hold on. Let me read this. Shit. Okay, so for example, let's say that you have if you want to buy a new ability, something that you don't have points in, it costs you 3 points.
Okay.
Any skill that's at level 1 is 1 times 3. How much is it? That will be 3. So if you want to increase it to level 2, that will cost you 3.
I can get willpower.
Hold on. I haven't given you your shit yet. Your shit is special. Okay.
My shit is special.
Yeah.
How many XP points are you giving me?
I'm giving you 6.
6. So that means if I was going to, let's say I wanted to increase a, I don't know, if I wanted to increase
I don't understand. For like attribute, if I had like 1 charisma, would it cost 4?
To have 2? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So if I wanted to increase an attribute by 1, I would need 4 points.
Yes.
Okay, and I have 6. Okay.
My
gotcha.
other rules: you cannot buy backgrounds nor increase them in any other way that's not roleplay.
Okay.
You cannot increase roads unless it's through roleplay. Okay.
Gotcha.
Discipline the disciplines, you can increase them, your personal disciplines, but to achieve other clan disciplines, it has to be through roleplay.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably just going to level up my attributes or something.
Can you level up virtues? Current rain ×2.
Yes. Hold on. By
I'm
the
just
way,
trying.
raising a virtue won't raise willpower or the roads.
Is
Okay.
there a way to increase willpower?
It costs the current rating. So, for example, if you want to increase it to 2, I mean, how much willpower do you have?
1. You told me I had 1.
If I had given you experience points, the first point costs 1, the second point costs 2, the third point 3, and so on. In your case, I'm gonna give you something special. I'm giving you freebie points.
I got freebies yesterday, so
Yes.
you get yours today.
Rule of the house is usually when you finish your character sheet, a normal GM will give you freebie points. In my case, I only give freebie points after the first game as a way for characters to notice that they changed forever. Okay. So, John, you have 15 freebie points. Okay, this is the cost of everything based on freebie points. And now the bumper ones.
Now, what do you mean by new specialty or expertise?
Okay, excellent question. Any skill that's at level 3 or higher, you can earn a specialty. Specialties are special skills that allow you to re-roll any 10s.
Reroll 10s? Are 10s failures?
No, 10s are critical successes.
So why would I re-roll a 10?
Because you can get another success. Okay, you roll 3 dice, you get 2 10s. Okay, so you already have 2 successes. I mean, let's say you roll 3 dice, you got a normal success and 2 others, 2 10s. You roll again the 2 10s, you get another 9, so now you have 4 successes, and you get another 10. You have 5 successes. You roll again the 10, and you get another 10, so now it's 5 successes, and so on.
Okay.
Basically, it can allow you to get an insane amount of critical hits.
Alright. So, I am going to...
Any questions about the freebie points, Johnny?
As much as I found that funny, please don't call me Johnny again because it makes me feel like a little child.
How old are you? John, how old are you?
19.
Okay, I'm older than you. I can call you like that.
Oh, I don't say that, and I'm older than John.
80, how old are you?
24.
I'm older than you.
Fuck, Grandpa.
I'm 27.
You sound like.
Dude, I'm 27.
No, there's a comedian. When you laugh like that, it reminds me of him. And
Titus? No, Bill Hicks.
yeah.
Yeah. So, like I was explaining to you, you have 15 points for freebies. To increase 1 point in attribute, it costs you 5 of the 15. To increase an ability, it costs you 2 2 of the 15 to increase 1 point. Okay. Secondary ability, don't pay attention to that. To increase a background, 1 per dot, but you cannot for now. To increase a virtue, 2 per dot. Your maximum of willpower with freebie points is 8.
So if I have 6 points and my brawl's at 3, I can increase it by once and have 1 point remaining?
Hold on, your brawl is 3, right?
Yes.
So
if I wanted to make it 4, it would cost 4
Hold on.
or 3 experience?
6. It will cost you 6 experience.
Okay, then I'm just gonna have Brawl 4.
Okay. Also, bear
So
this
that,
in
now
mind.
I'm an expert.
Not
Now I'm
able
an, now I'm
to
an
increase
expert, right?
background?
You cannot get a specialty, but also you can save experience points.
Yeah, I just blew all mine, but now that I have Brawl and 4, does that mean that I get the expertise?
You need 3 experience points in order to buy specialties.
No, I mean my talent of Brawl is at 4.
Yes, and now you need to spend 3 points of experience in order to get yourself a specialties.
For Brawl.
Yes.
I'll do that next game. I'm gonna be a pugilist. So basically, I'm almost like an invincible fist fighter.
Invincible is a complicated word, but yeah. What was that? John, what was your question?
So I heard you say something about like I couldn't get a background.
No, you cannot increase backgrounds with freebie points because they increase through roleplay.
Does
Okay.
my resources or anything go up?
Nope.
Contacts, does that go up?
Well, you made your contact.
What secondary abilities?
So does influence go up?
Nothing. Nope, not yet. I'll let you know when any of those things go up.
So contacts did not go up.
No, but you already unlocked it because now you know who 2 of your contacts are.
Like
That
accident
are
click.
Asmodeus and Beckett.
Not my sire, I don't include her.
No.
Okay. And influence 1, what is that from?
You will see.
What's mentor? What's that about?
How much points do you have in mentor?
1.
That's the person who can train you.
Okay, and who's that?
Patience, young Padawan. Patience.
And 2 resources, what's that about?
You are not millionaire, but you have an average. You have like how to put it. You're not a millionaire, but you can afford shit.
Okay. Cool.
Basically, resources 1 means you live in a wooden. In a
like a shithole.
Yes. Resources
Okay.
2, you still live in a shithole, but less shitty than before. Resources 4, basically you can live in your own castle. Resources 5, you're the richest guy in the region.
Alright. So my crafts is at 2. Did I ever get... You never did mention if that dagger was magical.
Nope.
Huh.
Because
Might be
vampire magic
cursed.
works in all different ways.
That's
You will
true.
see.
That's true. So I'm going to give you a copy of my sheet
Please do
thus
send-
far. Just so you can have it. There's no like cheating involved.
Sure. Well, guys,
You know.
I'm gonna call it a night for now. I hope you really enjoy the game. Let's see if we can get a couple of new players. I hope so.
Me too.
Now I'm going to do the same thing AT did.
Okay. So take care, guys. By the way,
Later on.
tomorrow I could DM you, like around the time where we started to make Jonathan's character. If nobody
Yeah.
else is joining, we can play right away. Okay.
Okay. I just sent my
Mhm.
my updated thing
All right.
up there. Yeah.
And like always, have a good night and good gaming. Thanks for joining, guys, and I hope to see you soon.
Hope
Thank
close the
you.
live stream.
Anytime.
Catch you later.
Catch you later.
See ya.
Hold on, let me stop the streaming. Take care.